Chickadee, 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 sibilant, sibilant, sibilant.
It's time.
It's time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off.
It's time for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will be going. This is the payoff pitch. Let's see if Shea can get out of the inning here. The kick and deliver. Swung on it, missed it, got him. 12 strikeouts for Shea Shanneman. That one hit to left field, making the left fielder go back. Keep going back, and that thing is going to be gone. It's out of here. Holy moly, Cole Evans. 370 feet. Cole Evans got a hold of that thing. Wow. That one hit to short. Cervantes is second, back to first, and they get him. Nicely turned double play there, the old 6-4-3, and there's 2 down. Third double play tonight turned by the Busters. Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
Good evening, everybody. It is Josh Salmon with you. 93 degrees here at Duncan Field. It feels a lot hotter than that, but it is 93 degrees. We look at the winds. Winds are blowing a little harder than they were yesterday. About 9 miles an hour yesterday, 26 miles an hour today. Pretty much right in from right center field, like normally, from right to left, blowing in. We'll take a look at some of the scores from yesterday and how the Sodbusters winning moved them up in the rankings yesterday, thanks to another team losing. All right, we'll get to that. We got some pregame interviews today from some of the players and one of the coaches here in just a little bit on the Sodbuster pregame show. Getting set for game number 3, Fremont and Hastings. We call this the rubber match here in baseball terms. Fremont won the game on Tuesday. We won here last night 8-7, and now this is called the rubber match. How important was those 2 runs in the 8th inning last night? Extremely important. If we didn't get those, we wouldn't have won the game. And so late inning hits and some solid pitching out of the bullpen, which is not something I've said a whole lot this year, to be honest with you. But they've been really good. And we'll talk to pitching coach / assistant coach Luke Bay about the pitching, how effective they've been lately, especially in this series against Fremont. Let's take a look at some of the scores last night with Sioux Falls Sunfish losing 5-4 to Pure Trappers. Now they are a half game behind the Sodbusters. So it's Fremont still in first, Spearfish Sasquatch, then Western Nebraska Pioneers, the Pure Trappers, the Hastings Sodbusters, and your Sioux Falls Sunfish. Sodbusters 7 games back of the Moo, but Spearfish Sasquatch is only a game and a half out of Fremont. Interesting, huh? They're 9-3. Fremont 2 losses this year, 11-2. Both of those coming via, yes, your Busters. Opening day and last night. Should make them 11-3. I'm game for that. Looking at the Lewis division, Source Valley, they'll be here next week. Source Valley 9-5, leading the Lewis division. Mining City Tommyknockers, one of the expansion teams, doing pretty well. 8-5. Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, we saw them last week. 6-7. Canyon County Spuds, another expansion team, is 5-8. Badland Big Sticks is 4-10, and Casper Horseheads are 3-10. It should be mentioned that the Sioux Falls Sunfish, who are right underneath the Busters, are also an expansion team this year. They were going to be a team last year. COVID happened. They waited till this year. We got to reap some of the benefits last year. A couple of their players came and played with us on our team. Western Nebraska here the next 3 nights. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 6:35 is the first pitch on all 3 nights. And if you come out on Saturday, 9 innings of winning. Lots of things going on. There's some lottery tickets, some golf, a big screen TV, Garth Brooks tickets you can win. You can win season tickets to the Hastings Sodbusters next season. You can win Traeger Grill. I think I said scratch tickets anyways. Lots of things to win. 9 innings of winning tomorrow from the Hastings Sodbusters. Not tomorrow, excuse me. Saturday from the Hastings Sodbusters, June 12th. That's a 6:35 game against the Pioneers. Hastings winning in dramatic fashion last night, 8-7. Not really dramatic, but it was a dramatic win. As you look at Sodbusters, they put 2 up in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Then didn't score again until the 8th inning. And boy, that was crucial because they end up winning by only 1. Fremont scored 5 in that second. That's when things fall apart. Busters had 4 errors in there. There was a couple walks, 3 hits, I think, given up, something like that. And Will Horton, we'll talk to him in here in a little bit. He got back on track in the fourth inning. Jacob Shaw came in, then Mazzini, and then Rand Sanders finished things out in the ninth. But Moo did put a 2-spot on the board in the top of the ninth. Rand Sanders was able to get the last batter to pop up in the infield and end the game 8-7. Busters had 15 hits, 5 errors though. And you just can't have 5 errors and expect to win a ball. I actually had 6 on my scorecard. And then Moo had 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. So we'll take a look at the lineups here in a little bit. We'll also start some of the coaches' interviews when we come back on the pregame show, Sodbuster pregame show. It is Josh Salmon with you here from Duncan Field. Let's hear from the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience, a place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, here with Will Horton, and Will got into a little bit of trouble after taking the move 1-2-3 in the first. The second inning, that was a tough inning. Your defense fell apart a little bit behind you. You gave up some hits, some walks. Battled back in the third, though. What was said to you in the dugout by either Coach Bay or Coach Wagner?
Not so much focus on velocity, more like execute some spots, throw some more stuff outside that probably couldn't hit as hard to the fielders. Just give them a better chance to get double plays and less chance of walking a few, loading the bases. But no, it was just big composure inning for us. Obviously, the offense made it easy for me to relax, giving me a few runs, a little backup. So lots of encouragement. Just went out there and did my job.
Guys had the bats going all night to keep you in this thing, and then the bullpen came in. You had, the guys behind you did an outstanding job. Jacob Shaw was lights out. You had Mazzini came in, didn't pitch bad. Sanders ended up closing it out in a very tough Moo team. This was a big win.
Oh, absolutely. And Shaw came in and was just absolutely dominant, and he really saved me. I probably owe him a hot dog or something for tomorrow's game. But no, Shaw was good. The rest of the pen was amazing, and that's just an overall good win and kind of a crappy scoreboard. But wins are wins in this league.
Yeah, you rarely see 6 errors on a scoreboard and win the game, but we'll take it. See these guys again tomorrow. Then a little bit of breather. Western Nebraska comes in, but they're still a good squad too.
Absolutely, and that's why I say we're going to take it a day at a time. Whoever's starting tomorrow, I think it might be Leif. He's going to go out there and he's going to shove, and we're going to go get another dub.
All right, and on a fun thing, I have a nickname for you on the air. I call you Will Horton. Here's a Who. Is that all right?
That's perfect.
I'm sure you've heard that before a million times.
Oh, never gets old.
All right, thanks a lot, Will.
There you go. Will Horton, here's a Who. That's my nickname for him, and he was okay with that. Josh Salmon back with you, and I don't hear any Who's. I heard some AC/DC earlier. 93 degrees. The heat's getting to my brain, folks. And I know Nate Miller to my right's the same way. He's been out putting up speakers and different things here at the ballpark. Ballpark is going to be a little warm down there on the field. It's actually a couple of degrees warmer down there than it is the actual temperature. Turf kind of absorbs the heat there. So
Interesting. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard from yesterday. I mentioned that Hastings obviously won 8-7, and Sioux Falls lost 5-4. So the Busters moved up a half game. Western Nebraska won. They'll be here the next 3 nights, starting tomorrow. They won 9-7 over Casper Horseheads. The Canyon County Spuds beat the Mining City Tommyknockers 14-10. Badland Big Sticks lost to Source Valley 11-8. Only a couple games on the docket tonight for Expedition League. In fact, there's 4 games. There's Western Nebraska hosting Casper again, Canyon County hosting Mining City, Sioux Falls hosting Pierre Trappers. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that Sioux Falls game because, again, if we can win and they can lose, we keep moving up. If we lose and they win, then we're tied again. So we'll see how that. Actually, they'd probably move a half game ahead of us, is what that would mean. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on those scores for you as well. Let's take a look at the lineups. All right, we'll do that here coming back in a little bit. We'll also have another interview. I talked to Rand Sanders. I talked to Coach Bay. And we'll get to as much of that as we can here in the Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon with you back at Duncan Field here momentarily.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey, you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Welcome back to the Sodbuster pregame show. A little shout out there to Lexington Field of San Diego. That's them playing in the background. Yeah. Good stuff. Folk rock. Look them up. It's good times. I got to play a show with them once. Josh Salmon along with you. The lead singer is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for 30 years. Well, let's take a look at the lineups here for visiting Shea Bennett and his 11-2 Fremont move. He's going to lead things off tonight a little bit different with Augie Rasmussen. We saw Push usually in that position. Push not even in the game tonight. Augie Rasmussen in left field leading things off for the move. Darian Morphew wasn't in last night's game, but he is batting second in center field tonight in place of Push. Austin Callahan he's DH. We saw him at third base last night. He's the DH tonight. Brock Reller batting cleanup in right field. Luke White at first base batting fifth. Jackson Meyer behind the plate tonight batting sixth. Peyton Leeper, a new guy, he's not even on the roster. He's at third base batting seventh. Austin Baskin at second base batting eighth. And Dylan Sears, good defender, second base and shortstop. He's at shortstop tonight batting ninth. So, it's Rasmussen, Morphew, Callahan, Reller, White, Meyer, Leeper, Baskin, and Dylan Sears with the new pitcher, Jackson Krause. For Hastings Sodbusters, Chandler Wagner and his squad. Sodbusters are 4-9 on the season. And we take a look at this. Cole Dawson will be leading things off. Moved up a little bit in the roster. He's been hitting so well. Why not? He's the shortstop tonight. Justin McGuigan, he's been hitting terrific, but usually towards the bottom of the order. Moved him up to second. Let's see if he can continue his hot hitting. His bat is on fire. He's catcher batting second. Jack Hammond, your DH, batting third tonight. JT Cafferty at first base, batting cleanup. Trevor Matson moved down to fifth spot, playing third base tonight. He is batting fifth. And Carson Gahoy back in the lineup after a night off last night. He's batting sixth in center field. Cameron McClure back in the lineup. He's in right field tonight, batting seventh. Matt Rodriguez at second base, batting eighth. And Jackson Roca, we've only seen him a couple times this year, still kind of new to the team. He is in left field, batting ninth. Dawson, McGuigan, Hammond, Cafferty, Matson, Gahoy, McClure, Rodriguez, and Roca, and Leif Holtein. All right, Hastings native on the hill, one of the better pitchers this season starting for the Busters. That's your lineups. We'll see what happens here. First pitch, we are about 20 minutes away from that. Hastings Sodbusters Sodcast is out there. Brian and I are going to work on another one hopefully tomorrow. 3 episodes of the Sodcast. Find out all the news that is news, in the words of Ray Stevens, that's going on in the world of podcasts, in the world of Hastings Sodbusters on the podcast. We call it the Sodcast. See what we did there? Available on all major platforms, including Spotify, Google, Apple, and more, including Anchor FM as well. The Sodcast, available 3 episodes, and make sure and check it out. Those are out there. Western Nebraska coming to town tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 6:35. Saturday is that 9 innings of winning going on, so come on out. If you're 19 and older, you buy some raffle tickets, good chance of you winning some goodies and lots of great stuff. I talked about Garth Brooks tickets. There's 55-inch TV, Traeger grill, scratch tickets, free golf, Sodbuster tickets for next season, the entire season's worth. There is Kansas City Royals tickets, and you get to sit in the Crown Club, which is behind home up in the, with the food and stuff. That's going to be raffled off, and so 19 and older, that's Saturday. Come on out for 9 innings of winnings. You get past the road trip with Western Nebraska Pioneers this weekend. Busters have 12 games left in June, and 2 of those are home games. Steve Stein's going to join me here real quick for the pregame show. And Steve, what a win last night. Great to see the W. It was kind of sketchy there in the second inning, but the pitching really held up and everybody did good.
Yeah, it was a really nice win, a great performance for the Sodbusters, and just showed a lot of tenacity. Probably the best overall hitting performance of the year, the season high in hits yesterday, and the fact that they just would not give in, gave up those 5 runs in the second inning, in what was one of the more horrific innings you're ever going to see, but didn't let them get to them. Took the lead and then showed a little gumption to hold the lead there in the 9th. Great job for the man to finish it off, and maybe found a closer in Rand Sanders. Did a nice job of getting the final couple outs there in pressure situation.
Yeah, the bullpen did good, and that's not something I've said all season, and I talked to Luke Bay about that. Here is the interview with Luke Bay before today's game. Here with Luke Bay, pitching coach for the Sodbusters. Things have really kind of changed a little bit since last weekend. Look at the series here with the Moo. In the first 2 games of the series, Hastings has struck out more batters than the Moo have, with 14, and they have 10. We've also walked less. We've only walked 4 in 2 games, and they've walked 6. Guys turning the corner, maybe?
First, I'm going to go knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I think so. I mean, it's not anything really. I'm not giving them a magic pill. It's not really anything that I'm doing per se. It's, we put the string up in the bullpen to just, hammer down in the zone. Talking a lot about direction towards the plate and just attacking hitters, and it's a mindset. So there's a couple mechanical things that I'm working on with some guys, but other than that, it's just pound the string and fill up the zone. It's just the mindset that they got to take.
That's kind of what Will said last night, too. He said you guys came out and talked to him, and he was worried too much about aiming the ball instead of, just throwing the ball and relying on his defense to back him up. And I know the defense wasn't great last night, but he said once he did that, he calmed down a little bit, and it showed.
Yeah. One thing for me, when I see a pitcher, it looks like they're nibbling around the zone, and they're not, they're close. The misses are close. It's to me, I just tell them to try to throw it through them instead of to the target, and I know it's kind of silly, but sometimes it just helps your brain think to stay on that line, go through that target, and I think that's why Will had some success once he settled in.
Great communication between the catchers and pitchers. McGuigan back there again tonight. He does a real good job with these pitchers, I believe. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, absolutely. McGuigan's a really smart player. He's a gamer. He's competitive. He takes. He's down there catching pins pregame, even if he's starting that day. And he's kind of learning the verbiage that I use to communicate, and so it's kind of uses my verbiage to communicate with the pitchers, and so I think it's good. We all say the same thing, so we're all communicating and we're all on the same page.
As a former pitcher yourself, to get to the runs yesterday, the run support, and then get 2 more in the 8th inning, that's got to be a big lift off a pitcher's shoulders.
Absolutely. You know, anytime that we're in kind of a tight game, especially with this team, this lineup, sometimes pitchers feel like they got to be Superman and they got to do more than who they are, but you know, when we score runs late, and we scored every inning except 2, I believe. Yeah. It just that confidence that, okay, you know, I don't have to try to be perfect. You know, I don't have to throw up, you know, immaculate innings or you know, a perfect game or a no hitter or anything. My team's going to score runs behind me, and so I'm just going to attack hitters, and whatever happens after that.
I appreciate Coach Bay for his time today before the game, and pitching maybe turning a corner here as the bullpens looked really good, especially in this series against the toughest team in the league by far, at least in the the Lewis division, is the Fremont Moo. And, Clark division. Lewis division, they're tough as well, and they're probably the toughest team in all the league, for that matter. Fremont is, and the bullpen has been really well. Tonight, we'll see how far Leif Holteen can go. He has been very effective for the Sodbusters this season out on the hill, starting on the bump, as they say. So we'll take a look at him tonight and see what's going on. Jackson Krause for the Moo. And there are a few Moo fans to my right over here. There's about 5 or 6 people over there cheering on Fremont. These teams will see a lot of each other this season, already have. So after Western Nebraska Pioneers this weekend, both teams have, Hastings has Monday off, and then they see Fremont for 2 more. Wednesday, Thursday next week. Tuesday, Wednesday next week. They're off Thursday. Then they see Western Nebraska in Gering the following weekend. Then back here for 3 games with Source Valley in 2 days. It'll be on Thursday. The 23rd there's 1 game, and the 24th there's a doubleheader. And then that'll wrap up the home games for June. But July is going to be a busy month. Lots of home games, the 3rd, the 4th, the 8th. And then you've got a 7-game homestand between July 12th and July 18th. So I need to save my voice those days, right? And not talk to anybody off the air, because that's a lot of talking. A 7-game homestand coming up in July. Then 3 days off after that, and the guys will need it. They'll be tired the 19th, 20th, 21st, and then they're on the road, and then they're back home again the 26th, 27th, 28th, 30th, and 31st. They wrap up the regular season at home on the 1st, and then they have 5 road games with Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, and then the Pier Trappers to wrap up the regular season. So season goes to August 7th, but I'm not anywhere near ready to August yet, because then that's when kids go back to school, and that's when, you know, things get back to that way. And let's not even think about the 4th of July right now. We're in June, and we're thinking baseball. Rubber game of the 3-game series. Moo won the first one 4-1 on Tuesday. Your Sodbusters won last night 8-7. Let's see who can do what tonight as first pitch coming up here. We're about 10 minutes away on the Sodbuster pregame show.
Opportunity here from Trayton Scully, really setting the
Time out. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Rudd's Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now, I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit RutzHeatingandAir.com.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience, a place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to the Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon back with you, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. Steve Stein will be joining me on this broadcast, too. Brian Frew up here in a little while. Scott Calusa, the GM, will stop by as well. We appreciate you guys watching on YouTube and tuning in on MixLR. And make sure and tell your friends and neighbors, hey, if they can't make it out the game, we'd love to see them out here. I mean, there's nothing like face-to-face watching the Busters in person, all the stuff that goes on the field in between with Jason Frew, and that stuff's awesome. The national anthem live, and of course, seeing baseball, maybe getting a foul ball, the beer batter, and all the promotions going on. But if you can't, absolutely, we'll forgive you this time. And come on and listen on the Mixler radio and on the YouTube. You can watch the game on there, stream live, as Nate Miller runs the cameras to my right. He does a great job. Starting for Fremont tonight is Jackson Kraus. And Kraus, it's spelled Kraus. Jackson, this will be his his sixth appearance, his first start of the season. He's pitched 7.2 innings. ERA is 3.52. Record is 1-0. Batting average against him is 148. That's pretty good. He's allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts during the appearance. Once again, let's look at the lineups for Fremont. It's going to be Augie Rasmussen in left field, Darian Morphew in center. Austin Callahan's the DH tonight with Brock Riller in the cleanup spot in right field. Luke White is at first base, batting 5th. Jackson Meyer is at catcher, batting 6th. You have Peyton Leeper, the brand new guy. He is at the hot corner at third base, batting 7th. Austin Baskin is at second base, batting 8th. And Dylan Sears is the shortstop, batting 9th. With the pitcher, as we mentioned, Jackson Kraus. For Hastings, looks a little different tonight. Cole Dawson, the 2 hottest hitters on the team right now, are leading things off for the Busters. Think Wagner did that on purpose? I think he did. Cole Dawson been on fire with the bat. He is leading things off at shortstop. Justin McGuigan's bat is also on fire. He is catcher, batting 2nd. Jack Hammond has been hitting well as well. He is DH, although he didn't have a hit last night, but look for him to pick up his hitting ways again, batting 3rd as the DH. J.G. Cafferty is at first base, batting cleanup tonight. Trevor Matson is at third base, batting 5th. Carson Gahoy back in the lineup at center field, batting 6th. Cameron McClure in right field, batting 7th. Matt Rodriguez at 2nd, batting 8th. And Jackson Roca is in left field, batting 9th, with Leif Holteen on the hill. And you look at Leif's numbers for the Busters this year. He leads the team with 16 strikeouts. Also leads the team in batting average against, only allowed 196 batting average. This is the guy you want in this game, in this situation. With the rubber game against Fremont, you won last night. You want to go back out there with your ace, and he's pretty much the ace on this team if you look at numbers. So other guys are close. Other guys have pitched well. He's second in innings pitched behind Schneider. Holteen is with 14. This is his 4th start. He leads the team in that category as well. I mentioned 16 strikeouts. He has he allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned. No record for him today in this season, which is interesting. Allowed 1 triple, and ERA is only 1.92 for Leif Holteen. Hastings product, nice kid out there, big, tall. I think he gets taller every time I see him. I don't know if he's done growing or not, but nonetheless, he's a great pitcher and a good asset for this team. We got him at the end of last year when the 5 Points players came up, and happy to have him back again this year. Sodbusters wearing their yellow shirts, the white pants, green and yellow socks with the Oakland Aid looking hats. Fremont Moo wearing their bright orange, construction orange shirts again with the gray pants. We're going to take it to Steve Stein, your PA announcer, for a moment, and we'll have our national anthem. We're set for some baseball here at Duncan Field. 93 degrees, winds blowing at about 23 miles per hour, 26 miles per hour out of the south. So, very windy day. As opposed to last night, it was not really windy at all. I think winds were about 9 miles per hour, really didn't have an effect on the game. Sometimes the winds, if you get anything up in the air, can hold things back. If you hit it to right field, right center field, it might be an extra base hit normally, but if you hang it up there in that wind, then it'll, be catchable ball. And Omar Jackson had one like that a couple nights ago. It was one of those deals where, man, that would have been an extra base hit, and the way he can fly, it might have been a triple, but it just got hung up in the wind and allowed the center fielder, I think it was, to catch it, and that was enough of that. So, Leif out there on the hill. Where's the number 21? Got the blonde locks, the lettuce, if you will, coming out underneath the hat, the moss. Nice young man out there from Hastings, Nebraska. Happy to have him back on the team, as I said. And as I said, he keeps getting taller. I'll have to find a height on him here. I'll dig through my stuff. Look at the 4 wins for the Busters this season. And you have Busters beating Wheat City, beating Pierre, and then beating the Moo twice. So they beat Moo back on opening day, 10-9 here. Then they beat Pierre on Wednesday, May 26th. That was that big marathon 23-9 game on the road. Then beat Wheat City here, game 3 last week on Sunday, June 6th, 15-0. That was a fun game to call. And then the one last night, of course, against the Moo, always a fun win when you win against the Moo 8-7. And boy, those 2 runs in the 8th inning yesterday really, really paid off. And going in, it was 8-5 going into the 8th. And I said that's not going to be enough with the Moo, and I was right. And so it was 6-5, 6 to something like that. Anyways, 6-5, I believe it was. And the Moo put 2 more up, but not before the Busters put 2 up. So there we go. Leading things off here for Fremont, it's going to be Augie Rasmussen, and we're underway here in Hastings. Thanks for joining us. Josh Salmon with you, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. That one foul off third base side, 0-1. Leif Holteen is your pitcher. Holteen, 16 strikeouts, 14 innings pitched, as I mentioned, 193 ERA. Left-handed batter Rasmussen. We've seen him at third base in this series as well. Chopper up the middle. Who's going to get it? Second baseman. That's a high hopper, and Rodriguez, it eats him up. Nothing he can do about it. That hopped up over his head. Let's see how they rule that one. Probably going to be a hit. He didn't have much chance of that one. Even if he was about 6'4", he probably wouldn't have much chance of that one. And it is ruled a hit. Wind blowing stuff around up here at the press box as well. So leadoff hitter is on here for Fremont in 2 pitches. That is Augie Rasmussen. Brings up Darian Morphew. Morphew didn't see him last night in the game. He is batting .348. A lot of guys on this Moo team batting in the 300. That one in misses for a ball. Just underway here, top of the first. Duncan Field. Leif Holteen on the first base side of the rubber. Checks his runner, Rasmussen, over at first. Rasmussen with a decent lead, but not going. That one chopped down the third baseline over by the Busters bullpen. Foul, and it's 1-1 here to Darian Morphew. Western Nebraska in town this weekend. Should be a fun series. It's the only time we get to see them here at Duncan Field. The guys will see them again next weekend in Gering on the road. Here's the 1-1. Left center field. Who's going to get that one? It is hit deep, and left fielder is underneath it. Nice catch is Jackson Roca. Had to get on his horse on that thing. It was headed to the 405 power alley. He was way over towards the line. They throw it in, and it gets away from the cutoff guy. So the runner's able to advance there on a throwing error. So he makes a tremendous catch, gets the ball in, and I don't know where he threw it, and it went away from whoever he was throwing it to, and then we have an error already. We had 6 errors in the game last night, 4 in 1 inning. So let's not start that up again. There is one out, however. And so it brings up Austin Callahan. Callahan, find out what he did last night here in just a second. He was 2 of 4 with an RBI, or excuse me, with a walk. That one fouled off over by the Sodbuster dugout on third base side. 1 on 1 out here for the Moo on top of the first. Moo with their purple helmets, orange jerseys. And I say orange, it's like fire orange. Gray pants with the orange stripe. Busters in their bright yellows, white pants. And the Oakland A looking hats with the bees on the front. 0-1 coming up here from Leif Holtein. Rasmussen stands on second. Holtein checks him, gives him a long look. Swung on and missed on that one, 87. Callahan couldn't catch up with it. Rasmussen reached on a single. Moved over to second on the flyout by Morphew. The throw came in wild. And so he got to go to second. Let's have that be the only error of the game for the Busters. How about that? The defense was not good last night. I'll just put it that way. Here's the 0-2 coming up to Callahan. Holtein gives a long look to Rasmussen, a double look. And come set, there he is outside. And just missed a call. McGuigan liked it, the catcher. As did most of the Sodbuster fans. It was perhaps just a little bit outside, but not a bad idea. Most guys would swing at that. Callahan up there. 333 batting average coming into this game. Left-handed batter. Right-handed Holtein. Leif delivers. And that one hit into left center field. Nothing you can do about that. They're waving the runner around. Rocco's got a pretty good arm. They're going to test it out here at home. It's a high throw. McGuigan comes down with it, throws it back to second. It's a throw there. Rodriguez can't apply the tag. It was a nice idea. The ball was a really high throw from Rocco to home. The runner was safe, so McGuigan thought, okay, let's throw back to second to get that runner. And it was a high throw from him, but they would have had him. The throw was on time, but it was too high. And so Rodriguez couldn't place the hit. So it's a single, and a runner advances on the throw. RBI nonetheless, and the mover on the board here first today. This is what they like to do, so we can't do this. 2 hits this inning, a run in for the Moose. Still just the 1 out. Courtesy runner on second base. I believe. No, maybe they just got him some batting gloves. No, it is a courtesy runner. And I think, nope, that's all Callahan. They just got him some batting gloves or something. They got him one of the oven mitts. That's what it is. No balls, 1 strike here to Brock Reller. Reller, a very, very good hitter. We know that from last year, right? Look among the leaders. He leads the league in home runs. Leads the entire league. The Expedition League with 7. Of course, most of those at home. Fremont, not a huge park. The nearest guy has 3 from the Pioneers. Frank is the guy's last name from the Pioneers. Here's the 1-1. So I'm going to miss 87 on that one. Almost looks like a cutter the way he's thrown that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leif Holtein on the hill. Moo lead 1-0, top 1. Runner on second, just 1 out. 2 singles this inning for Fremont. Leif checks his runner. Comes set, and here's a pitch. Into right field. They're just finding the holes, and this is what the Moo do. Cut off by first. JT Cafferty cuts it off, and runner's not able to score. Good job getting it in by McClure. Nothing you could do with that one. But another hit. Not the way you wanted it to start for Hastings, coming off the high of last night's win. Especially with Luke White up there. So White comes up. Luke White batting 200, but I think yesterday was probably his first game with the Moo, I believe. First or second, anyways. Short lead over at first for Reller. He may take off at some point. Moo like to run. That one in there for a strike. White last night, only 1 of 5. Did have an RBI, though. Struck out once. Always a tough batter. Outfield playing deep. Throw over to first. Runner back. Almost threw that one away. Cafferty able to catch it over there. And trap it. 3 hits this inning for the Fremont. They lead 1-0. Runners on the corners here. Still only 1 out. The lone out was Darian Morphew, who flew out to left field. Swung on and missed on that one. 80 miles an hour. Having a hard time with that pitch. Or the Moo. See what Leif's got in his bag of tricks. Yellow uniforms just have a big B on them with the number on the front. Different unis this year. Nice looking unis. Last year's were nice too, but Good looking news again this year. Here's the pitch. And wow, not sure where that one was. So it goes to 1-2 to Luke White. That was just a little off center, so I'm not sure where that pitch was. You've got Reller standing on first, Callahan on third, 1 run in this inning, 1-0 Moo, 1 out, the 1-2 coming up here to first baseman Luke White. Pitch on the way, that one beans him. Second to last thing you want to do there. The last thing you want to do was give him something down the middle. But in all fairness, the pitch before was a strike and it was not called. So again, probably going to have that affect the game. Unquestionable umpiring. It's hard for him to see the ball on the right side when he stands on the left side for a right-handed batter. He stands on the opposite side for left-handed batter. It's hard to see the opposite side of the plate, but I digress. Base is loaded now. Full of Moo. Leif trying to get out of a sticky situation. Could use a ground ball double play here. That one over the outside corner. Jackson Myers the batter, by the way, the catcher. Didn't see Meyer last night. Hayes was the catcher. Callahan on third, Reller on second, Luke White on first. 1-0 Moo, top 1, 1 out. The 0-1 coming up. Oh, misses outside. It is 1-1. Peyton Leaper, the brand new guy, is up next for the Moo. Leif can get a double play here, which would be nice. There's a big gap, though, on that first base side between first and second. First baseman Cafferty behind the runner. Rodriguez closer to the bag, so there's a huge gap in right field. Little off center is Cahoy in center. And that one fouled straight back to my left. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warm day, warm evening here in Hastings. It was a little warm yesterday, but not as bad as today. It's hot, and then it's blowing that humid air, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hulteen battling with Jackson Meyer, the catcher. Bases loaded for the Moo. They lead 1-0, top 1. Here's the 1-2. Swung out and missed. Got him on that one. Slider. And he done slid off the slider. Jackson Meyer down on the strikeout. That's a huge out. 2 down. Peyton Leaper comes up, the new guy. Leaper number 2. I know nothing about him. He's not even on the roster. In fact, I had to ask the announcer from Fremont his first name, and he had to look it up. That's how new he is. Next thing would be to call Peyton's parents and say, hey, what's your kid's first name? I just said it, Peyton. Here's the pitch from Hulteen, and that went upstairs, ball 1. Rasmussen led off the inning with a single. Morphew flew out to left, and then they threw the ball in. He got away from whoever Roca threw it to. That allowed Rasmussen to move to second. He came around on a single from Callahan. Brock Reller, Callahan, and White on base. That one popped up third base side, and running out of real estate is Madsen. So we'll do it again. So again, errors come back to bite us. Several errors last night in that 5th inning. Let's not talk about that. That was a bad inning for the Sodbusters. 2 pitches thrown here so far to Peyton Leaper. Leif Hulteen, 1 earned run. Here is the 1-1. Hulteen takes his time, big high leg kick, and slider misses. 2 balls and a strike. Almost went for it. Leaper thought about it. You could see his hands looking like he was going to jump on it. Bases loaded, full of Moo. I told the guys right before the game, I was talking to a couple different guys down there, Matt Rodriguez and Ian Riley and some of those guys. I was like, let's have some Fremont steak tonight, some Moo steak. And they said, yes, sir, sounds good. 3-1 now. I was like, you guys don't have to call me sir, but then I was talking to him, and I'm probably old enough to be their dad. So I was like, oh, okay, that's good respect. 3-1 here to Peyton Leaper. Don't want to walk the guy. You already have bases loaded. 1-0 Fremont, 2 down here. Pitch on the way. And that one on first base line, right past Cafferty. That's a fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and runners end up at second and third on the double by the new guy, Leaper. Welcome to Fremont, right? That's what they're saying. And so quickly, it is 3-0 Fremont. Just like that. That thing was a screamer down the line. Cafferty still not used to playing first base yet. He's played a little bit there, a little bit of right, mostly catcher. Dove gave the best effort he could. That thing was just a screaming ball down the line and into right field. McClure got it in as fast as he could. 4 hits this inning. 3 runs given up by Leif Holtein. Not a good start. Here's Austin Baskin, the second baseman. Now into second. Rodriguez on the hop over to first. And they get the out, and they leave 2 on base. But the damage is done here in the first. 3 runs on 4 hits, and 2 runners left on base. 1 error in the inning as well. And Fremont find themselves up 3-0 in the first. But Busters will be battling back. Don't go anywhere. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me.
Start your Hastings experience, a place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Fremont puts 3 on the board in the top of the first, but we get out of it and joined in the booth by co-owner Brian Frew. Brian, how's it going for you today?
It's going good. It's a really nice night for baseball. I know it's a little windy, but
not bad. Not bad at all.
Feels good in the shade.
All right. Well, that's a tough start there. We knew Moo were going to come out. It's hard to beat them 2 nights in a row, but we got a long ways to go in this one. Not a typical Leif Holtein start there for us.
Well, I think, Leif is going to give up his hits, but he's always putting together solid performances, so I wouldn't be surprised if he still is able to put together a solid outing for us, get 5 or 6 innings, and keep us in the ball game.
Let's look at last night's game. That second inning, minus that second inning, it was a terrific game by the Sodbusters. Second inning, gave up, had all the errors, but they came back. Will Horton had a talk with Luke Bay and some of his guys, and he says, look, I was trying to aim the ball instead I'm just throwing it. And I think Luke's done a good job as pitching coach. And really, the bullpen has been solid in this series. They have they've struck out more batters. They struck out 14 than the Moo. They've allowed 2 less walks than the Moo. So bullpen has been really good in this series, and that's kind of a different thing than I've said most of the season.
Yeah, I feel very confident in our pitching staff. I think, obviously, our starters have gone out there and done a great job, but I think the bullpen's coming around now that we got our pitching coach in, and I've heard great things about him from the players.
Cole Dawson leads things off here for the Busters. He's only batting .455. Bunting, this kid can bunt like nobody's business.
Good Lord.
And they overthrow. We saw him do that twice in that Weed City in the 9th inning both times.
That's a big, that's a coach's son move right there. Cole, you see coach's sons, they're just savvy ball players. They know how to play the game. They know how to get on base. They don't go through the normal thought process. They go, how am I going to add the most value I possibly can to this team? And then they go out and do it. And Cole he's that guy for sure.
And a lot of times he doesn't even get the signal from his coach. They don't, Wagner doesn't even know he's going to do it. So it brings up Justin McGuigan. He's been on fire as well. .417. I talked to him a couple nights ago about his defense, and we know he's solid with defense, but his bat is really coming around.
Yeah, he's a contact guy. He'll put together very good at bats every time. Like, he's a very competitive person at the plate. He's not going to pop one over the brick wall, but he puts together good at-bats and does what he needs to do for his team.
2-0 pitch here from Kraus. Runner on first is Cole Dawson. Fremont leads 3-0 here in the first. That's Brian Frew. I'm Josh Salmon here from Duncan Field. And this is the rubber game of the series as Fremont won the first one. The looper to center. That's 2 hits in a row. 2 guys on here for the Busters. Good start to battle back. These guys don't give up. Moo got a couple in the first inning. They go, no biggie. We can get 3 back.
Yeah, and I think we saw the same thing last night, right? Second inning, we booted the ball around a little bit. Moo hit the ball a little bit, and we just scratched 1 or 2 runs for the next few innings, climbed back in the game, and that was it. This is, at our best, I think we're a very scrappy team, and hopefully we get to see some of that tonight too.
Jack Hammond coming up. He didn't have a hit in last night's game, but a good chance for him to. Actually, he did. I think he had one hit.
Yeah,
he had one hit last night. Take that back.
That big bases loaded double play, I think, was frustrating for him, but he did come back and get a nice little hit.
Yep, I take that back. Hammond had a hit late in the game. He was 1 of 5 with the 2 RBIs, and those 2 runs in the 8th inning were very important. You knew going into that inning that you're going to have to score more because Moo aren't going to roll over and play dead, and boy, that ended up being the difference in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, the Moo don't like losing, so I think they came out ready to go today and socked us in the chin in the first inning.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Jack Hammond. Cole Dawson stands on second. He singled. Justin McGuigan on first. He singled. No outs. Fremont leads 3-0. Only bottom of the first here at Duncan Field. Lots of great promotions going on here at Duncan Field as we'll talk about Saturday's stuff with Western Nebraska coming to town. That one hits a short. That's not good. That could be 2. Second back to first, and it is the double play, but runner moves over to third and 2 down here for the Busters. Saturday night, 9 innings of winning. There's a 55-inch TV, Garth Brooks tickets. There's a Royals package. There's a Traeger grill. Just a ton of great stuff given by a lot of sponsors, and you guys paid for a lot of stuff too to give away.
Yeah, I think Scott's obviously doing a great job of finding new ways to get fans in the ballpark and get them excited about it. I've heard a lot of really good things about what's coming up on Saturday, and the grill it's not just like the $80 grill you find at Walmart. It's a nice grill.
Yeah, Traegers are awesome. I would love to have one of those things. I don't do much barbecuing, but
yeah, I don't think I'm eligible to win any of it, but I would like it. I know my wife would like me to get one.
JT Cafferty coming up. He's the first baseman today. JT getting a lot of reps at first and outfield when he goes back to college. That's pretty much where he's going to be playing, his coach told us. And so we'll still have him catch occasionally, but it looks like he's going to get a lot of more practice at first and right. And he can do it. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, great athlete. I know he just took a strike on the inside corner there, but it's really nice to have catchers that can do more than just catch, because normally your catchers, they can catch and that's about it, but having guys like JT it makes writing a lineup a lot easier.
The 0-1 coming up here from Krause. Runner on third, 2 outs. That one in there for a strike. I think in the past you had guys like Griffin Everett, you had Ryan McDonald that were catchers and were very versatile.
Yeah, and I think Ryan McDonald came here not playing other positions other than catcher, and he turned out to be a pretty good athlete. So it does happen sometimes, but generally speaking, catchers are catchers, and that's about it. But JT's a good athlete.
And swung on and missed there by Cafferty, and down goes Cafferty, and down go the Hastings Sodbusters here in the first. You want to stick around, Brian?
Yeah, I'll stick
around.
All right,
stick around. Coming back, Fremont leading 3-0. Second inning coming up here. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll take a word from Sam's Club.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
Sam's Club, a proud partner of Sodbuster Baseball. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon and Brian Frew joining me here in the broadcast booth. Frew rhymes with Moo, and the Moo are leading 3-0. Second inning coming up here. Busters had a chance, but got into a double play and just couldn't get much with it there. And we'll look at 9-1-2 here for the Moo, as it'll be Dylan Sears, Rasmussen, and Morphew. Western Nebraska coming to town. The only time we get to see them at Duncan Field is the next 3 days. Then the guys will see them next weekend there in Gering. It's always a fun rivalry with them as well.
Yeah, they're one of the original teams, and it's always been a battle. I think the first few years they kind of got the better of us, but the last couple of years I think we've been more competitive. If we, probably have got more wins than losses the last couple of years.
Yeah, first couple of years in the league they were pretty powerhouse. Last year they had a little bit of trouble. They weren't bad though. And we actually got Trevor Matson from them, so that was a good job for us. He approached us and said, "Hey, I want to come play for you guys," so that'll be fun for him.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Trevor Matson we saw last year. I think he hit about 800 against us with all doubles. The dude was unstoppable the first half of the year last year, so I think it's just a matter of time. Broken bat. Nice one.
1-0 there. Grounded out is Dylan Sears. That's a good out. He's a fast runner if he gets on. Nice play there by Rodriguez. I love that guy at second base. He plays some good defense. I like the defense right now in the infield as the way it is.
Yeah, I think, Matt's pretty smooth over there. And Trevor, I think he's a natural first baseman, but when he gets over there at third, I've seen him make some really, really nice diving plays. And, he doesn't make too many mistakes. And obviously, having the shortstop out there is great. He's obviously a really solid player.
Augie Rasmussen comes up. He led off the game with a hit. On the third pitch he saw back in the first inning. That one outside for Leif Holtain. It is ball one. Look for Leif to settle in here a little bit. Kind of had a rough first inning, but he'll settle in, and Buster's bounce will come back, and things will be good there. Dawson does a great job over at shortstop. That's his more comfortable position. Obviously, he never played third base till he came here, and so Wagner's got him at short. He has a little bit of trouble last night, but that's not stereotypical for him. I'd put him out there 9 days out of 10.
Yeah, I think Dawson's one of those guys, if you asked him to play catcher, he'd go there and get the job done.
McGuigan behind the dish as the catcher. 2-0 here from Leif to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, a good hitter here for the Moo. This guy has been a good pickup for them this season. I don't remember him being on the team last year. 333 batting average for him. And that one is a foul ball down the first base line. 2-1.
Yeah, this guy's one of the few guys that I don't recognize from last year. The Move returned, I don't know how many, but it's got to be at least half their team. So they were pretty good last year, and they got guys a year older and a year bigger. It's a big squad. It's a talented squad. So Leif's got his work cut out for him, but I think he'll settle in a little bit.
Here's the 2-1. He's been throwing in the high 80s, and that one is 84. Foul off on the third base side. We'll go 2-2 here, and Leif just had a kind of a little taste of this last year with 5 points coming at the end of the season, becoming a sodbuster, but definitely wanted to come back this year, and we're happy to have him back. He's a talented kid and a local talent. We love getting the local flavor.
Absolutely. I think we have an advantage over anybody in the league by having so much talent in the Grand Island, Hastings, Kearney area. So Leif is one of those guys that definitely belongs in this league. Nice little change up there.
Inside out swing, and it remains 2-2 on Rasmussen. Yeah, he's doing a good job mixing up the pitches here between the fastball and the changeup, and they're having a hard time with the changeup the Moo have. He's had a good changeup today. Outfield playing pretty deep. Cahoy off towards the right field side. That's where he tends to play. Wind blowing now straight in from center field. We had 25-mile-an-hour winds to start the game, and I don't think that they've died down much. Roca a little more shallow and left. Here's the 2-2. Chopper, first base side. That is a foul ball.
Glad it was foul.
Yeah, it went right over Cafferty's head there.
I thought it bounced on the line, but
it looked pretty close to me.
Umpire has the best view.
He was right there.
Yeah, if JT made that play, I would have said that's a terrible call. But as it stands, it was a great call.
It's one of those deals. So coming up here 2-2, we'll do it again as on Rasmussen, always a tough out, fouling off a bunch of pitches. Looking for his sign is Holtain. Gets it from McGuigan. And I talked to Luke Bay about McGuigan behind the dish, and the guys really like pitching to him. We have a lot of good catchers, but he really calls a good game back there and knows what his pitchers can do.
Yeah, McGuigan, if his dad isn't a coach, I'd be surprised because he's a guy that understands the game really well. He's very scrappy. Defensively, we knew we were getting a good defensive catcher when we got him, but the way he deals with the pitchers and the way he calls the game and blocks balls and receives pitches, he just does a great job back there.
We'll do the 2-2 again. Fifth time here for the 2-2 pitch. 1 out. Sears led off the inning, grounding out to second base. And that one to third. It's a liner right at Dawson. He gets it. And there's 2 down on that line out. And fights that sun, but he's a good shortstop. 2 down. I like this.
Yeah, I think the radar gun there picked up the exit velocity at 96 miles an hour there. So I doubt Leif threw it that hard, but Rasmussen got into that one a little bit. Right at Dawson, though, so that's doesn't matter. It's an out for the Busters.
Center fielder Morphew comes up. No Tyler Push tonight. He had a hard time last night, and so getting the night off. He's a good player, though. Just struggled last night. But Morphew, we didn't see him in the lineup last night. He's a good player as well. He's up here. He was the only out, one of the first outs back in the first inning. He flew out to left field, and Roca threw the ball in, and then we ended up getting the error on the play there. No balls, 1 strike. 3-0 Fremont here in the second. Josh Salmon, Brian Frew joins me in the booth here. Leif Holtain with 2 outs. And Holtain, that one just missed on the outside corner. Little outside there.
Yeah, he started him off with an inside fastball, then came back with an outside changeup. I think that's a good setup because I would imagine Morphew is on his heels a little bit and could have got a nice, easy grounder to second base, but just missed it.
Here's the 1-1. That one into the 5-5 hole and into left field. So single there for Morphew. He didn't get a first hit first time up, but this time he did, and no big deal. But Luke White comes up. This guy we know he did last year, Brian. He's always tough, and he just joined the move recently, so he's still kind of warming up for them.
Yeah. I mean, they were good before he got here, but this is a big kid that hits the baseball pretty hard. So it's all right to see 2-out singles like that on 1-1 pitches. It's so much better than a walk. Obviously Leif is still locked in, throwing strikes. It was a good pitch. He just found the barrel and found a hole in the infield.
Yeah, see if we can get him to hit a ground ball. It doesn't run well, does White. He's just a big guy. Runner on first, doesn't go. They're up 3-0. That one in there for a strike. That looked like the changeup as well.
Yeah, I mean, Leif being able to control off-speed pitches right now is going to be huge for him with the wind blown in. They're not, I mean, even if he leaves an off-speed pitch up, it would be quite a feat to be able to sneak one out of here. So Leif being able to throw those pitches in the zone is going to be very good for him throughout the night.
Jacob Shaw came in last night in relief, and he was lights out. Mazzini didn't pitch bad either, just got a little bit of situation, and then Rand Sanders came in and closed out the game last night. We really haven't solidified any kind of closer because there really hasn't been that many opportunities, but he looked good last night as a closer.
Yeah, and we knew Rands was going to come in and throw strikes, and that's kind of what he does. He competes really well. He doesn't have absolutely overpowering stuff, but he's very, very dependable, so having him in a big situation, we knew what we were getting. So nice to see him have some success.
Runner goes, foul off, and we'll do it again. And Rands loves that kind of thing. He thrives on that. He doesn't get too nervous in those situations. He says, bring me in. He's a gamer every game.
Yeah, Rands, and he's a good kid. He's fun. He's fun to be around. Just a great kid. And so it's really good to see him come in a tough situation and come out on top.
So 1-2 here to Luke White. White playing first base tonight. He's been DHing last couple games. 3-0 Fremont. Runner on first is
Morphew,
Callahan.
right? Morphew?
Or Morphew, I'm sorry.
Morphew, yeah. Strike 3. Somebody called time.
Sorry, this is Austin Callahan. I had the wrong guy up. Sorry about that.
Honestly, Josh, they all look the same. Though.
Left-handed guy. He's big.
Yeah. 6'4", 250.
I was writing in the box. I just wasn't reading my writing right.
Yeah, I mean
Brock Reller's next, then
yeah,
Luke White.
Well, yeah, Brock Reller looks about the same as this guy and same as the next guy. Big left-handed bats.
Runner goes. That one down first base line, right past Caverty and into right field. And so runner runs all the way around, and McClure having a hard time picking it up. They're going to send the runner in, and it'll be now 4-0 Fremont. Right down the line again. That's similar to the screamer they had in the first inning. 4-0 Fremont.
Yeah, Bennett was holding him up at third, but as soon as he saw McClure bobble it out there and left, he wheeled him around. So that's good base run on their part, bad defense on our part. Especially with 2 outs, that's a tough pill to swallow.
So 2 hits in a row after tying the first 2 batters. And now brings up Brock Reller, and this guy is a good hitter. He leads the league in 19 RBIs. He has 7 home runs. He leads the league. And just look at his batting average here. He's .405 for the move. This is a tough out. I was hoping he would lead off next inning. But that's not going to happen, so you got to get him here. Maybe do some ground ball or something.
I would imagine it's a pretty legit 405 because I don't think he's beaten out any infield singles.
No. That one into right field, and they're just left-handed batting is just screaming the thing down the first base line and that right field. And, they just tend to find gaps and holes. That's just what Fremont does, runners on the corners.
Yeah, I mean, when you hit the ball as hard as these guys have been tonight, it's a lot easier to find holes. And, we might need to get JT a mask over there to keep him safe. They're hitting some screamers at him.
Some hockey pads or something. Luke White comes up. This is Luke White, 25, not 36.
Still 6'4", 250.
Still big dude. Deep and left is Roca. That's a good idea. Pitch on the way here from Holteen. Hit him last time. That one was close. Misses him for ball 1. He had a 2-strike count on him last time and then hit him last inning. 3 hits this inning. A run in. It's 4-0 Fremont. 2 outs, though. Runners on the corners. That one looked pretty good.
Nice little slider there. And I think the way Fremont's swinging the bat so far this game, we're going to have to get the bats going, and it might be a slugfest if we want to come out on top. Fremont looks pretty locked in because I don't think Holteen is pitching bad. He's mixing it up well and moving inside and out.
Yeah, you look at some of the hits in the first inning, and they just found holes. Pop up infield, Cafferty under that one, and they strand 2 on base. They left 8 runners on base last night, And so that's a good thing, too, that I forgot to mention on the pregame show. Brian, thanks for coming in, joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
All right,
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it. We'll see if we can get the bats going here in the bottom of the second. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Now a word from Rutz.
Fall and hot weather, so make sure you stay cool with Rutz. Rutz Heating and AC is your #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska. For over 45 years, Rutz has been a name to trust for repairs, installation, and maintenance work on time. Call Rutz Heating and Air Conditioning today to discuss your HVAC needs, free estimates, and the guarantee their work. Whenever your heating or AC needs, trust Rutz. Visit rutzheating.com.
The meadowlark says. The turkey says. The squirrel says. The Nebraska Lottery says.
Enter your non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch tickets for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and more. It's the Nebraska Lottery's Great Outdoors Getaway Promotion.
The lawyers say.
Promotion runs through June 8th, 2021. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
We'll move to scrape together another run in the top of the second. Busters have some work to do, down 4-0 here in the bottom of the second, but we can battle back from that. It is Josh Salmon along with you. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. How goes it for you on a Thursday night? It's still very windy here at Duncan Field. Also very warm as well. Up for the Busters this inning, it'll be Matson, Cahoy, and McClure. Busters got 2 hits last inning. Weren't able to do anything with them. Getting into the double play by Hammond. Cafferty struck out, and that wrapped up the inning, leaving 2 on base. Moo have left 4 on base in this game, but they do have several hits. In fact, they have scoreboard has them with 7 hits. I think that's right. Let's see what Andy, our stat guy, has. Yes, 7 hits for them. So Trevor Matson comes up. Matson, a versatile player. Plays first, plays third for us. Matson batting .250. Yesterday's game, he had that huge double that went like 360 feet to left field. That thing was a shot. He got hit by a pitch. I was talking to Trevor after the game. I was like, do you realize you lead the team in hit by pitches and stolen bases? He says, 2 categories I shouldn't be leading. But, he leads in more. Let me look here. Matson also leads RBIs with 9. Hit by pitch, I mentioned 17. Strikeouts 16. Stolen bases 4. And also games played, if you want to add that, with 12. 2-0 here to Trevor Matson. Busters could use some runners. Down 4-0. That one upstairs. He doesn't swing at too many bad pitches. I'll give him that. He's selective. If you're going to get him out, you're going to earn it. That thing last night was a shot. And look where the left fielder is tonight, Rasmussen. You had Koski out there yesterday, and he hit it over Koski's head on that double. And apparently Koski hasn't talked to Rasmussen about what he's capable of. 3-1 there. So he took that one all the way. Krause's pitch fouled off to the first base side. Krause has given up 2 hits and struck out a batter in 4 batters' faith. That's all he's done so far for the Moo. Jackson Krause. A lot of Jacksons in this game between the 2 teams. Krause is from Lincoln, Nebraska, goes to Central Arkansas. Here is the 3-2. Matson to left field. And the left fielder was playing shallow, but it bounces right to him, a 1-hopper. So a single on, the second time in a row that the leadoff hitter's on for the Busters. Let's get something going here. 3rd hit of the game. So Carson Cahoy comes up. Didn't see any action in last night's game. He did play in Tuesday night's game in Fremont. Carson getting started in center field. We've also seen him in right field this season. Runner on first. Strike there to Carson. Right-hander versus right-hander here. Matson lean over at first, down by 4, probably not going to send the runner. You need base runners. That one popped up. Second baseman runs out, right fielder in, center fielder calls everybody off, makes the catch out there. And there is one down. So that was Morphew. Brings up Cameron McClure. We haven't seen Cameron in a little while here in Duncan Field. He didn't play the last game of the Wheat City game. And he didn't play yesterday here. I'm not sure if he was in Tuesday's game in Fremont or not. McClure batting .222. been busy out in right field tonight. Those balls hit down the first base line and then the gap. Shows bunt and drops it down. That's a beauty right to the third baseman. They're going to have to hurry, and they can't get it. Third baseman can't come up with it. That's going to be an infield hit. Putting it in his pocket is Leaper. Nothing he can do about that one. Leaper was back. Had some crazy spin on it. A good idea there. Bunting by McClure. Taking a page out of Cole Dawson's book. Apparently they've been reading the same book. Matt Rodriguez comes up. Chance for some RBIs here for Matty. Nice young man, always very cordial. Says yes, sir, out there when I talk to him. And always has a smile on his face. Loving to play in the game of baseball. Rodriguez with 1 RBI in the season. Chance to add to that here against Krause. That one outside, ball 1. 4-0 Moo. They scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Busters have 2 on here with only 1 out in the bottom of the second, down by 4. They do have 4 hits in the game, though. Here's Krause's pitch. That one down to third base. Third baseman takes it himself. Leaper over to first and can't scoop it. So throw on the air. Run scores. And runner will stop at third as he rounds. Nobody scored? Trevor Matson? Well, that's right. I'm sorry. Run does not score. Trevor Matson was tagged out at third. My fault. That is a fielder's choice. See, the heat's getting to my brain, I'm telling you. And Nate's been in the heat longer than I have today. So runners on second and first, so that'll be an error anyways on the throw. Luke White couldn't dig it out over there. It's nice to see an error for Fremont. Now we've got to capitalize on that. Still just, there's 2 outs. They have 1 on the board. Brings up Jackson Roca. Pitch on the way to Roca. In there for a strike. Roca, this is only his 3rd game played with the Sodbusters. And his 8th at bat. He has 1 RBI, no batting average. Good chance for him to change some of that right here. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on second and third, 4-0 Moo. Here's Krause's pitch. Floats that thing upstairs. Doesn't break at all. Ball and a strike here to Jackson Roca. Roca from Othello, Washington, goes to Yakima Community College. Outfielder. Good arm. We've seen his arm a couple times tonight. He's got a great arm out there. Here's the 1-1 from Krause. Swung on and missed on that one. 85 miles an hour coming in off the arm of Crouch. So Matson led off the inning. He singled. Carson Cohoy flew out. Cameron McClure got the bunt single. Then Rodriguez hit the fielder's choice as to third. They got Matson out, but then they overthrew it, so Rodriguez advanced to second. So you got McClure and Rodriguez, third and second respectively. Here's the 1-2. That one hit the short. Sears on it, on the in-between hop over to first, and the side is retired. They have 2 hits, no runs, and they left 2 on base. At the end of 2 complete, it is 4-0. Sodbusters trailing in this one. And now we'll have a word from Graham Tire. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein joins me, and Leif Holtein back out there. He's only given up 7 hits, 4 runs, but only 2 of those runs are earned. They're just finding the holes tonight, Steve, and you take the play-by-play here for the next couple innings.
49th pitch going to be thrown here for Leif Holtein as we begin this 3rd inning. It is going to be Meyer Leaper and Baskin coming up for the Fremont Moo, as they have gotten pretty good swings against Leif here today. We'll see if he can find his groove and at least get him into the 5th or 6th and try to save the bullpen a little bit. First pitch swung on and missed on an off-speeder, no balls and 1 strike on Jackson Meyer, who was the lone strikeout victim of Holteen earlier today. 4-0. Fremont on top, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Moo. They have an error. Sodbusters have 2 errors so far today as the pitch is swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Meyer. Left-handed hitting catcher for this Fremont Moo squad.
Meyer didn't play last night. We had Hayes behind the dish.
He is out of New Mexico. The University of New Mexico does reside in Omaha. As the 0-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul. It remains 0-2 on Jackson Meyer. The Hastings Sodbusters 4-9 on the year. Fremont coming in 11-2. And interestingly enough, the Hastings Sodbusters, when they have committed 5 errors against Fremont, they've won 2 games. It's crazy that they had 5 errors in both of their 2 victories against the Moo this year, including last night. 0-2 pitch on the way. And this one way high and outside. Good waist pitch there. 1-2 on Myers. They've had the 6, 7, and 8 hitters do the Fremont Moo here in inning number 3.
Yeah, it's rarely you win any games with 5 errors, let alone twice against the Moo.
Fremont has been the dominant team here early in the Expedition League, with many of their games coming against the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-2 pitch and fouled away. Fremont's done a really good job of spoiling some pretty good pitches and inflating the pitch count for Holteen here today. So not good news for the Sodbuster pitchers as they try to maybe get a good long outing from Holteen, but you would not figure he's going to be able to go particularly deep unless he starts getting some quick innings here in the 90-plus degree weather. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swung on and missed on an off-speeder. So Jackson Meyer goes down on strikes against Holteen for the 2nd time. That'll bring up Peyton Leaper, 3rd baseman.
He's really had a good changeup and doing a good job throwing it effectively tonight. And once he gets it over, it is nice. And he usually does fastball or slider, and then he does that changeup. So he doesn't throw it too often, just enough to be effective.
Peyton Leaper in the left-handed box. He had the big hit of the 1st inning, a 2-run double. Stands in the left-handed box against the righty, Holteen. Pitch outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Peyton Leaper. As Leaper joining the squad here recently, this Fremont team still a roster in flux. I think Hastings right now has got the guys they want. Never know when guys are going to come and go. So this pitch right across for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
This guy was so new I had to ask their announcers his first name, and they didn't even know. They had to ask. That's how new he is.
Just got here. He's in the lineup. That is summer baseball.
Yeah.
1-1 delivery on the way. It's across for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Peyton Leaper. It's this Fremont squad coming in under the direction of Shea Bennett. He's been the only head coach this team has had. He is the reigning Expedition League Coach of the Year. Holteen, the 1-2 delivery on the way. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time today as Fremont able to get 3 across in the 1st and a run in the 2nd after Holteen was able to get 2 up, 2 down. But a single, no matter of fact, a trio of singles ended up plating a run. Line drive, foul down the left field line, and it's still 2-2 on Peyton Leaper.
Talking about Shea Bennett, he's a good coach over there. He has a lot of talent on this team. He utilizes it. He knows what he has, a lot of versatility. He does a good job. He also leads the league in the time it takes to get from first base, from the dugout to the pitcher's mound.
Justin Trevino, his assistant coach. As Holteen brings the 2-2 pitch on the way, and this one is hit hard to right center field, but right there for the Hastings Sodbusters. Making that play is Cameron McClure, so 2 outs in the inning for Austin Baskin, the second baseman. It is tough to get any distance on the line drives today with the wind wailing in from straightaway center.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Wind's at 26 miles an hour. You got to hit it lower than that, but that's good for us.
Austin Baskin stands in the right-handed box. He grounded to first, his first time up. The Boo in their orange jerseys, purple numbers. Hastings with the yellow jerseys and green numbers today. First pitch, curveball right over the inside part of the plate for a strike. No balls and one strike on Austin Baskin, as Baskin made his debut yesterday, and it was a pretty good one, 2 for 4. Knocked in a couple and scored a run, but the Sodbusters able to prevail in that one, 8-7, smashing out a season high in hits for the year, 15. 0-1 delivery is taken outside for a ball, 1 ball, and 1 strike.
It's nice how Fremont waits till they play us to get these guys back in the roster. Wait till they get past us, and then get Luke White and some of these guys back.
Baskin out of the University of Memphis from Covington, Tennessee. Second game with the Moo in the lineup anyway, and he skies this one high in the air to right field. Going back a few steps, Cameron McClure, he'll make the play, and the Fremont Moo are gone in order for the first time today. It's still Moo 4, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
5 Points Bank of Hastings has again been awarded a 5-star rating by Bauer Financial Research. We know our customers appreciate having their local community bank at the top of safety and soundness ratings.
We are very proud of the 5-star designation and will work hard to maintain this level of excellence. Knowing our community and knowing our customers, it's what sets a community bank apart from others.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, member FDIC.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Jackson Krause out for his third inning of work for the Fremont Moo, as Fremont has a 4-0 lead over the Hastings Sodbusters. Top of the order coming up, Dawson, McGuigan, and Hammond. The Sodbusters have threatened in both innings so far, but nothing across. We'll see what they can get done with Krause. Krause has been able to maximize his opportunities in terms of pitch count. Pitched just 12 pitches in that first inning and got some good defense behind him. A double play in the first. Had a chance to get a double play in the second, but the ball was thrown away. So here comes Cole Dawson. Dawson, in the early going, if the returns are any indication, he is the top bunter on the team. He really knows how to lay it down, and he beat one out for a single his first time up. Dawson, really the top player offensively here in the early going among the regulars, hitting .441 coming into today. The lone triple on the team and 3 doubles, and he stands the right-handed box and takes it for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Cole Dawson, the product of Kansas City, Kansas Community College from Russellville, Arkansas. Had a pretty good year at KCK, batted .327. Here comes the 0-1 delivery, and this is fouled straight back toward the press box. It's quickly 2 strikes on Cole Dawson.
Cole Dawson leads the team in hits, doubles, triples, and average.
15 hits on the year to go along with his 3 doubles, a quarter of the team's total in that category. The lone triple. Hastings still does not have a home run this year. Fremont has a dozen.
Cole's only been here half the games, too.
0-2 pitch is taken high for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Dawson. Part of that field related in terms of the home run totals. Fremont plays in a little smaller park, but they are a pretty powerful crew as well. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's called strike 3. Dawson didn't like it as he turns and will take a slow walk back to the dugout. And the second strikeout recorded for Jackson Krause. That will bring up Justin McGuigan.
McGuigan hitting really well for the Busters right now as well, and he talks about his defense. That's the first thing he mentions when you talk to him, but his bat has been on fire lately.
And for that, he was moved up in the batting order. Generally bats 9th, now in the 2 spot today, hitting .417 coming into today, and he got a hit his first time up. As the Sodbusters had a great chance to come back from that 3 spot in the top of the first. They had first and second, nobody out, but a double play put a damper on that inning, and they could not score. 1-0 delivery misses. It's now 2 balls and no strikes on Justin McGuigan. McGuigan out of Concordia St. Paul struggled with the bat in the spring, but you mentioned off to a very good start here during summer ball, as this pitch is missing for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Justin McGuigan. Outstanding defensive catcher and showing he can swing it a little bit as well for this Hastings Sodbuster crew. 3-0 delivery, and he takes that for a 4-pitch walk, as McGuigan got the start yesterday, went 3 for 4, and he's been on base here twice to start this game. 1 on, 1 out for Jack Hammond, who had the key at bat in that first inning. He hit into a 6-4-3 double play. He has come up in some big spots and produced, so that's baseball. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't for you, and he's first pitch swinging here, and it's the third baseman knocked down, now mishandled, and he will not have a play. Been a little bit of a struggle so far today for Peyton Leeper in his Fremont debut. This will be an error, and the Sodbusters will have first and second, and only 1 out.
Yeah, it just ate him up over there. He was trying to get rid of it before he even had it, and he kept it on his chest and kept it in front of him, what you're supposed to do, but he just couldn't get a handle on it after that. So advantage to the Sodbusters on that play.
He has both of the Fremont errors, and we'll see what J.T. Cafferty can get done. First and second, 1 out. Sodbusters trail at 4-0. Fremont with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Sodbusters still trying to dent the scoreboard after they had a very good offensive approach yesterday. Just kept putting pressure on the Moo and eventually coming back from a deficit to get the wins. The pitch in there for strike 1, no balls, 1 strike. Sodbuster fans didn't think so, as Hastings scored too early. They saw Fremont put up 5 runs in the second, but came right back with a run in the second, third, and 2 in the fourth to grab the lead. Line drive, right field, base hit. Rounding third. Here comes the throw home, and it is going to be in time. Well thrown there for the squad from Fremont as Brock Reller guns down Justin McGuigan trying to score from second. It's a single for Cafferty, but again, the Sodbusters nothing to show for it. They'll have first and second and 2 outs now for Trevor Matson.
Well, Fremont's defense in the outfield always plays shallow. That's just kind of been their MO against us this year, and Reller is no different, playing very shallow, and he has a good arm to begin with. So I'm kind of surprised he was sent on that one. It was a close play, but they did get him.
Particularly down 3 runs here in the third. You would have had the bases loaded, only 1 out. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit to keep it going with Trevor Matson coming to the plate. He singled sharply his first time up. Still 4-0. Got the 3 in the first, 1 in the second, but down by that deficit to risk the run home. But the Sodbusters trying to play aggressively, and they continue to trail at 4-0. 1-0 the count now on Trevor Matson.
And Matson leads the team in RBI, so this would be the guy you would want up with bases loaded.
Still an RBI chance with a runner at first and second, but now 2 outs in the inning. Sodbusters have only been out hit 7-5, but they trail it 4-0. The pitch is skied out of play for a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Trevor Matson out of Arcadia University.
Do have some good news, Steve. Pierre Trapper's leading Sioux Falls right now 3-0 in the third. Sioux Falls half game behind the Busters. Sioux Falls lost yesterday. We won, so we moved a half game ahead of them. So if we can find a way to win this one and they can find a way to lose, we'll move up a full game on them.
1 ball and 1 strike to count, 2 on and 2 outs as the Sodbusters trail it by a score of 4-0. Krause's pitch swung on and missed, and it goes to 1-2 on Trevor Matson. So the Sodbusters have had multiple runners in each inning. Stranded 1 in the first after they had a couple of base runners, the first 2 reaching. Had a couple of hits last inning, and now a hit and an error this inning to go along with a walk. Pitched just off the inside corner, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I told Trevor Matson last night that he leads the team in hit by pitches. He says he shouldn't be leading in that category. I said, hey, get you on base, right?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. The Hastings Sodbusters trail by a score of 4-0 as the right-handed pitcher, Jackson Krause, try to put another 0 on the board. Comes set, and the pitch. Matson stays alive, fouls it back.
Matson, a Western Nebraska Pioneer last year. He will see some of his former mates the next 3 days here as Western Nebraska comes into town Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:35. First pitch here at Duncan Field. Love to have you out.
Only time this year that Western Nebraska will be in Hastings. And the Sodbusters going to be making the return trip next week. 2-2 pitch on the way. Off speed stays high. It's 3-2. Haven't been many 3-ball counts for Jackson Krause, who hasn't walked anybody. Like I say, has done a good job of keeping his pitch count relatively low. He's at 42 now as he tries to work his way through the third. Runners go on the 3-2 pitch, and this one is skied high in the air to left field. Starting in, now going back out and getting underneath it, making the grab. That is Augie Rasmussen, and the Sodbusters are turned away again. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left, and we head to inning number 4. It's 4-0 Fremont. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. And to inning number 4, Fremont continues to lead the Sodbusters 4-0. They'll have 9-1-2 against Leif Oltien, who's thrown 63 pitches the first 3 innings today. Was able to hang a 0 on the board in the third after Fremont touched him up for 3 in the first and 1 in the second. And they will send up Dylan Sears. Sears, the shortstop, who grounded out to second his first time up. Another left-handed hitter in the bat today against the right-hander Leif Oltien. Good to see the hometown boy coming back again. Saw a little bit at the end of last year after he completed his Legion season for the Hastings Sodbusters. Came in and threw a shutout, as a matter of fact. Bouncing ball right side on the first pitch, and it's knocked down by the first baseman. Throw to the pitcher covering. Good job there, as J.T. Cafferty didn't really get a good read on it, but he was able to keep it in front. And Holtein playing his position, 3-1 on the putout, 1 out back to the top of the order, with Fremont leading at 4-0.
Yeah, JT's still learning how to play first base. Going back to Western Nebraska Community College, not going to be a catcher. He's going to be a first baseman and a right fielder, Scott Galusha said. So he's getting some reps over there, both positions. We saw him in right field last night. Still getting used to first base.
And that is what this summer ball is all about, the chance to maybe improve your position and maybe learn a new one. And that's what JT's doing. His pitch is taken high and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Augie Rasmussen, leading off today. Infield single his first time up. He advanced on an error and came in to score as he stands in the left-handed box. 1-0 the count. Holtein brings it home, and this one's skied out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. He lined to the shortstop back in the second. Now in inning number 4.
Yeah, a lot of times a guy can learn a couple positions. He has more of a chance of playing, obviously, than just catcher. So we saw that last year. Griffin Everett played a little right field, a little first base. Cole Evans did a little bit of everything. So a lot of those guys did that, and it helps them out at the next level.
Rasmussen to the lineup yesterday went 1 for 5. Sodbusters won that game 8-7, their second win of the year against Fremont. As the pitch fouled back 1-2 the count, as Hastings has scuffled against the defending Expedition League champs, as Fremont 6-2 against Hastings this year. And Fremont has been really good. They had an 11-game win streak broken by the Sodbusters yesterday. So the top team in the Clark division heading into today is Holtein taking his time, and so Rasmussen steps out. 11-2 are the Moo, just ahead of Spearfish, 9-3. Western Nebraska 9-4. Then you've got Pierce 6-5, Hastings 4-9, Sioux Falls 3-9. As the pitch is grounded foul, Holtein able to get that one right in on the hands of Rasmussen. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Spearfish off tonight, so Fremont could move up a little bit more if they can win this one, but Hastings has other ideas.
Mining City is off to a 9-3 start in the Lewis division, just in front of Souris Valley at 9-5. Those are the only 2 teams above 500 in that division. Bouncing ball right side. The Sodbusters got it, And it's going to be thrown to first by Matt Rodriguez, but he pulls the first baseman, J.T. Cafferty, off the bag. It will be the third error of the day for the Hastings Sodbusters on what should have been the second out of the inning.
Stuff like that will keep Chandler Wagner up at night. Just those little plays. You got to keep your foot on the bag. If he doesn't get the throw there, that's on him. This time it's on the first baseman for coming off the bag. But he had to catch it, I guess, so it wasn't a great throw.
Darian Morphew will step to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored as the Sodbusters on the short end of a 4-0 score, and Holstein consequently has to throw more pitches as well. 63 coming into this frame. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is not in time initially, but then coming off the bag is Rasmussen, and he is out. He had stolen the base but slid by. And a great job for Cole Dawson to hang with it and apply the tag.
Yeah, he just got too much juice going there, and he slid past the bag. Cole Dawson very diligent at shortstop and just held the glove on him, hoping for that second out, and he got it.
And so 2 outs in the inning. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Morphew, and the pitch is bounced to the right side. Long run for Martinez, able to slide, grab it. The throw is not going to be in time. Great effort, and now you're just hoping that, I should say Matt Rodriguez is okay. Rodriguez gets to his feet and is apparently all right. He slid awkwardly. It's going to be a single there, and the Sodbusters give up a 2-out base runner as Darian Morphew hustling down, and Austin Callahan will step to the plate.
Callahan joined the team he's only played 6 games because he got a late start with the move because he was trying out for the Cincinnati Reds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Callahan stands in the left-handed box. Pair of singles, pair of RBIs, and a run scored. His first 2 at-bats today, and he takes it outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. A good start for Callahan for the Fremont move.
Like Scott was saying last night, it'd be awesome to see somebody from this league in the majors.
And it probably is going to happen here. Still a relatively new league. Runner goes. The 1-0 delivery taken for a strike. Throw down to second base, and not in time. So this aggressive Fremont team, they tried the stolen base earlier. Actually had it stolen. This time they will get the stolen base. Is Morphew able to hang on?
Yeah, Morphew stole that one off a Holstein. He wasn't even looking at him. He took off, and it was a good throw by McGuigan, but it was just a smidge too late.
As this Fremont team, pretty aggressive on the bases. 36 stolen bases coming into today. Holstein, 1-1 count. Comes set, brings the pitch home, and this one is skied high in the air on the left side of the infield. Madsen over in foul territory will make the play, and Fremont turned away for their second straight inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's still Fremont 4 and Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
Sam's Club, a proud partner of Sodbuster Baseball. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Hastings Sodbusters here in the bottom half of inning number 4. It will be Capoy, McClure, and Rodriguez for the Hastings Sodbusters as Fremont going to have Jackson Krause going out for his 4th inning. Nope, actually it's a new pitcher as we will see Fremont go to the bullpen. They are going to put in, and there's a guy I was going to ask about pronunciation and I was unable to do so. Levi Kiuchi, K-I-U-C-H-I, out of Tacoma Community College. We'll go with that until we're informed differently. As 6 foot, 175, from Washington State will be the new pitcher for the Fremont move. So, Levi Kiuchi will be on the mound now for the Hastings Sodbusters.
I think it is Kiuchi. I think you got it right. He pitched in Tuesday night's game, and I heard the guys saying it, so I think that's right.
Here's Carson Cahoy for the Hastings Sodbusters. Flew out to center his first time up. 4-0 the score. 4 runs, 8 hits now for Fremont. For the Sodbusters, no runs, but 5 hits the first 3 innings. And really, if you get 5 hits, you feel like you have a pretty decent chance to score, but just not happening here for the Sodbusters so far. As the first pitch is high and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. So Kraus finished his day 3 solid innings, allowing no runs on 5 hits.
Struck out 2, walked 1.
Pitches across for a strike. Carson Cahoy turns, did not think so. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Carson Cahoy, Grand Island product. Now playing at Santa Barbara City College in California. At least he hopes to. Didn't play this first year. And the pitch is across for strike. And Cahoy didn't like that one either. 1-2 the count now on Carson Cahoy.
Leads the team in walks.
As Kiuchi, his 4th pitch of his outing is forthcoming. And this one is bounced foul. Carson Cahoy stands in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters. I believe the previous pitch they must have called it a ball, so 2-2. The count will go with that at this point on Carson Cahoy. As Kiuchi looks in at his catcher, Jackson Meyer. Takes his time atop the hill, a big deep breath, and he took too long as Carson Cahoy now will step out.
Levi Kiuchi.
Levi out of Tacoma Community College.
Right-hander.
2-2 delivery on the way. And this one is fouled away as Carson Cahoy continues to battle. Sodbusters have done a decent job getting their leadoff man aboard 2 of the 3 innings. Like I said, they have already stranded 5 in the first 3 innings of this one. They've been the victim of a double play, had a guy thrown out at home. 2-2 delivery. Bouncing ball left side. Coming up with it on 2 hops. Tough play, and this is going to be an infield single as the shortstop Dylan Sears did all he could, but really no chance for him to throw out Carson Cahoy, who's aboard with an infield single for the 6th Sodbuster hit.
Cahoy very speedy, and so Sears knew he was going to have to hurry. Sears has good hands over there. Plays second, plays short, but just to throw off a little bit, and lucky they didn't throw that thing away for them. And Cahoy does have a stolen base in the season, but you're down 4 runs, so probably won't go here.
Cameron McClure, an infield single his first time up as he stands at the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to battle back here. They came from behind yesterday. Scored 2 huge insurance runs in the 8th and then made it stand up in the 9th as Fremont scored 2 in the 9th, but the Sodbusters would survive 8-7. Foul ball back to the screen. McClure had squared. He tried to pull the bat back and couldn't get it done, so bad luck there. No balls and 1 strike. He was trying to get out of the way as it was sailing in on him, and it's no balls and 1 strike on McClure.
Yeah, he bunted back in the 2nd down third base, and it ate up the third baseman over there. He couldn't get it. Looper, so maybe trying to do the same thing there. Leaper, I'm sorry.
St. Edward's University product stands the right-handed box. 1 on, 1 out. Sodbusters trail by a score of 4-0. Throw back to first. And safe is Carson Cahoy. Put it down pretty low, but dug out nicely by Luke White.
That was a very close play at first. Good pickoff move by Kiuchi.
Kiuchi looks in at his catcher, Meyer. Right-handed hitter in there is McClure. As Kiuchi, a check of Cahoy. The pitch, line drive, center field, base hit. The Sodbusters with a walk and a hit in the inning. And again, they have multiple base runners. Can they find a way to get this runs across? Two hits in the inning, I should say. An infield single for Cahoy, and now a solid single for McClure, and Matt Rodriguez will step to the plate.
That brings 2 hits. That's 2 hits for McClure on the day. He's 2 for 2. Didn't play in the series until today. I take that back. I think he played Tuesday. He didn't play last night.
little two-game, and you don't know whether it is called the Tuesday game part of the series. Technically just one game in Fremont, then you have a two-game series here. Like I say, these Fremont and Sodbusters, they play a lot of games this year, 22 times, so I guess it would be a split three-game series, one in Fremont, two in Hastings. They'll do that a few times this year as well.
I like the way Nate Rourke said it tonight. He said it's a three-game, two-park series.
Ah, that's pretty good.
That's very poetic.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. And the Sodbusters then will be hosting the Western Nebraska Pioneers beginning tomorrow for a three-game set. Kiyuchi brings the pitch home, and this one fouled away by Rodriguez, who reached on an air his first time up.
2 on here for the Busters. They've had opportunities, like you said, 5 guys left on base tonight. You can't be leaving those guys on. You got to get that clutch hit. And this is the Sodbusters we saw last week against Wheat City until Sunday, and thought maybe they turned a corner. So let's get that clutch hit.
Still some at-bats in this one, and had a very good approach yesterday, battling from behind to beat Fremont. Going to have to do it again here today, as the right-handed pitcher Kiyuchi brings it in and fouled away down the right field line. 2 strikes on Matt Rodriguez. Rodriguez from the University of Bridgeport hit .267 in the spring, played 12 games for squad, which just played 21 games this year.
Shout out to his parents listening in Connecticut. They watched and listened to the stream. Got to meet his dad here last week.
Right-handed hitting Matt Rodriguez in there against Kiyuchi, first and second. And nobody out for the Sodbusters. Big chance to get right back in this one here in the bottom half of inning number 4. Kiyuchi brings the pitch home. Hit hard by Rodriguez, carrying well to left field. This is going to be over his head and all the way to the base of the fence. 1 run will score. Here comes a second run roam. And there's Matt Rodriguez with a 2-run double. The Sodbusters are on the board as they trail it by a score of 4-2. No chance there for Augie Rasmussen. And the Sodbusters are back to within 2.
Yeah, and they keep playing shallow, and that bit Koski last night on that double by Madsen, and this time it bites the left fielder Rasmussen. They just play so shallow out there that you have a chance, if you get a hold of one, to drive it. And with the wind blowing from right to center, right to left, if you get it up in that jet stream, it will push a little bit. That's exactly what happened there. Nice piece of hitting by Matt Rodriguez.
Number 9 hitter Jackson Rocha now coming to the plate. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. As nobody out, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters all reaching here for the Sodbusters, and Jackson see if he can keep that one going. Jackson Rocha out of Yakima Community College in Washington. His home state is Washington as well. As he bunts this one down the first base line, it's foul. He's trying to move the runner along, but no balls, 1 strike on the foul ball bunt.
Only 3rd game for Roca since being a Sodbuster. Just joined the team here during that Wheat City series.
And was informed before the game that Scott Galusha had his name wrong for 6 months. And Jackson finally said, okay, my real name's Rocha.
Rocha, huh?
Yeah. So we apologize as well.
That's one of those things where he's like, well, I'm playing for a team. I want to be nice. I don't want to correct them. But
yeah,
after a while, you're like, okay, it's Rocha.
Yes. So we apologize, too, because that's what we heard. We heard Roca. So it's Rocha. And he is at the plate now. The pitch taken high for a ball.
I'm writing it phonetically over here right now.
Yeah, and it's hard for us since we've been saying it wrong all year. And
ball and a strike to Rocha. Got it. Jackson with an X, too.
Yep. 2 runs home in the inning for the Hastings Sodbusters. They've cut the deficit in half. Now trail at 4-2. Jackson going to step out here and will reset himself. 5'9", 160-pounder. Played in 9 games for Yakima Community College in the spring. That was a pretty good team. They went 27-7 in their particular league.
He has a great arm in the outfield.
Pretty good range as well. Covers a lot of ground out there. 1-1 pitch, and it's across for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Rocha.
3 hits this inning. Cahoy, McClure, Rodriguez all reached. The other 2 guys scored, and Rodriguez standing out there on second base with the double a moment ago.
Rocha still looking for his first hit as a Sodbuster. You mentioned just his 3rd game played. He's officially 0 for 8 on the year after grounding out to short his first time up. Bottom half of inning number 4. Sodbusters a little more spring in their step with a couple of runs and looking for more as this pitch is swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. The look to first, the look to third. The catcher never threw it. Was it a foul ball? A lot of confusion here, and
well, Rocha fell down, and so the catcher couldn't get to the ball. He just tripped is what he did. He didn't do it on purpose, and so by the time he got up, the catcher's like, well, was it a foul? Here comes Shea Bennett to discuss it with the umpire.
He's actually looking like he's going to visit the mound right here, and so the Sodbusters, it's a strikeout, and I guess wild pitch. The ball was in the dirt, but yes, Jackson Meyer never went ahead and tried to complete the strikeout by throwing it to first base. And so the Sodbusters now will have runners at the corners. Good base running for Rodriguez, who took off. So it's a K and a wild pitch. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Top of the order coming up. Huge opportunity for the Sodbusters after they trailed early 4-0.
Yeah, that's an odd play. It's not something you see all the time. With Rocha fell down, and it's like, okay, so the catcher sitting there, Meyer goes, okay, well, did he foul it? Is he out? Do I throw it? And then he didn't throw it. So runners on the corners. See if we can capitalize on this.
Yep, everybody advanced, and Meyer just kind of froze, and Bennett never did say a word to the home plate umpire, so I think he just he got his infield around him, talked things over, and now here's Cole Dawson, guy who's really been swinging a good bat. He did strike out looking his last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. Top hitter among the regulars on this Sodbuster team. Here's the pitch. Line drive right field, or I should say right side. It takes a one hop to the second baseman, and that is the only out they're going to get. A little looping liner. One hop to Austin Baskin, but that will get a run home. Cole Dawson with a fielder's choice grounder. That will score Rodriguez. And Rocha is forced out on the play 4-6.
Well, I like what Jackson Rocha did there. He stopped in mid-run, and so the second baseman's like, okay, well, do I try to tag him? Do I try to throw it? And it bought enough time for the runner to make it to first. That's a great base running play right there. He knew he was going to be out, but why get both your guys out? Nice heads-up play.
Yep, and so the Sodbusters still with an opportunity here. We'll see if they try to put some pressure on with a pretty good runner, Cole Dawson at first. Still only one man out. And the Sodbusters are now within a run at 4-3 as the pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Justin McGuigan. McGuigan walked his last time up after singling in inning number 1, so he is off to a 1-for-1 start. Continuing his hot streak from yesterday when he had 3 hits.
440 batting average at the moment.
Pitch taken for a strike, 1-1 the count. So Kiyuchi, battling through his first inning, has already thrown 17 pitches and has retired just 1 batter. Well, technically 2, but couldn't finish the strikeout. Pitch is fouled away. Dawson had taken off. He'll have to come back, and McGuigan on the hit and run will have a 1-2 count on him. Kiyuchi struck out Rocha, but the ball was in the turf. And Meyer never threw it down to first, so Rocha reaching. That also allowed Rodriguez to get to third. He would come in to score on the fielder's choice grounder from Dawson. Pitch stays a little bit high. 2-2 now on Justin McGuigan.
3 multi-hit games for McGuigan this season. He's only played a few games for the Busters, 7 games.
Stands in the right-handed box against the right-handed pitcher Kiyuchi. Brings it home, and this one's taken outside. 3-2 now on McGuigan. Working the pitch count here. Another pretty good at-bat here for McGuigan for the Hastings Sodbusters. Trailing at 4-3, but a good comeback as they put a 3 spot on the board, and the tying run is at first with only 1 out. Kiyuchi comes set of the chest. Time is called, and the pitch was thrown, and try it again. Dawson had taken off. I've seen batters on both sides be awarded very late timeouts. Probably a little bit disconcerting to the pitchers. 3-2 delivery. Bouncing ball foul. That remains 3-2. As Luke Bay stuck his hand out, couldn't quite come up with that one. First base coach and assistant coach for the Hastings Sodbusters.
And he values all the digits. He said, I'm going to keep these fingers. Sodbusters 3 runs on 3 hits this inning. Good comeback here for him. Only trailing by 1, coming into the inning down by 4. So these guys have really not given up and rolled over and been playing very well against the Moo.
Very similar to yesterday when they really could have hung their heads after giving up a 5 spot in the second, but battled back to take the lead and eventually go on to the win. 3-2 pitch is Chop to the left side. Third baseman's got it. Throws to second for one. Over to first, not in time. Fielder's choice grounder for McGuigan. So there are 2 outs and 1 on. As Leeper, who had been struggling in the game, made a solid play there as he dished it over to Austin Baskin to retire Cole Dawson.
This is one of those innings where you get 4 outs because technically Rocha struck out, but so see if they can capitalize on that.
And Jack Hammond will step to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded into a double play his first time up, reached on an error back in the third. We're in the fourth now. 3 on the board for the Sodbusters. Hits are even at 8. And 4-3 the score. Pitch taken upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and no strike on Jack Hammond. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen, so we fully expect to see Leif Holtzien come out for the 5th. 63 pitches thrown through 3 innings for him. And was able to work his way through a solid 4th. Almost 70 pitches thrown now.
Sioux Falls still trailing 4-0 to Pierre in the bottom of the 5th at Sioux Falls.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here. Runner at first is McGuigan. And the pitch. Taken low for a ball. It's 3 balls and no strikes on Jack Hammond.
Sioux Falls a game behind the Busters after we won last night and they lost.
4-3 Fremont on top. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Sodbusters getting all of their damage done here in the 4th. Runner goes. The pitch is bounced back up the middle. Shortstop's got it. Throw to first in time. Well played there by Dylan Sears to gun down Jack Hammond. And the Sodbusters will settle for 3 runs. 3 runs on 3 hits. And 1 man left. And we head to the 5th inning. Josh will have that for you when we come back. It's 4-3 Fremont over Hastings. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Time out. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com. Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Nebraska Land Distributing.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon back with you. Appreciate you tuning in. How goes it for you here on your Thursday night? Love the Thursday night baseball, right? Yeah, always good stuff. Well, it's even better stuff, or I was going to say better stuff when the Busters put a 3 spot on the board after being down by 4. Nice to have some crooked numbers up there. And the whole team back out here against the Moo. He will see Reller, White, and Meyer. 4, 5, 6 hitters here due up for Fremont. Fremont put up 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and has been held in check since. Both teams have 8 hits and 2 errors. Just 1 run separates them. Reller leads the world in everything right now, offensively. 419 batting average. Except for that, we have a couple guys that have a little higher, but his home run total leads the league, leads both leagues. RBIs, he has 19 coming into tonight. Here's the 1-0 coming up from Leif Holtzien. That one fouled straight back to the net. Holtzien in his 5th inning of work. He has 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned, 2 strikeouts, and 21 batters faced. Had a rough start to the first inning, kind of settled in since then. 1-1 from Leif Holtzien. And fouled back again to my left, just over the people on the concourse up here. Nobody wanted to catch that one. So Holteen, they're hoping to get several innings out of him and save some arms. Still got a 3-game weekend series against Western Nebraska coming up. 1-2 in the rubber game here with Fremont, and that one misses. 85 miles an hour. Leif didn't like it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brock Reller. He's 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Everybody back in the infield. Outfield playing a little more shallow, but not as shallow as Fremont does. I've never seen an outfield play as shallow as they do, and they got bit by that last inning by that double by Rodriguez. But you look, and they're back out there again on the next batter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Righty versus lefty, Halteen. That one creamed to right field. It's 367 to the wall. McClure makes the catch at about 360. That thing was a shot by Reller. The left-handed batter. Against the wind even. The wind's blowing against him. And I think that's the only thing that held that thing up, because otherwise it was going to be out of here. That looks just like a fly ball in the books, but if that wind wasn't blowing in from right center field, that thing was Gandhi. It was out of here. 1 down. Brings up Luke White. White 1 for 5 yesterday. 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch. 4-3 Moo, top 5. One outside. Ball 1 to Luke White. Jackson Meyer to up next. That thing was creamed by Reller, but luckily McClure was on top of it. I'm guessing about 360 on that one. And high chopper down third base line, but that is foul. And so go to 1-1. That's where that 25-mile-an-hour wind is helping. It did have a factor on that one. 26-mile-an-hour wind, to be exact. Here at Duncan Field, and it pretty much blows in from right or right center. Swung on and missed on that one. Fooled him on the breaking pitch. 1-2 to Luke White. You never see the flags, barely ever do you see the flags blowing left to right here. It's always right to left or straight on from center field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 4-3 Moo. Here's the 1-2 offering outside, 2-2 to Luke White. White at first base tonight. Seen him play a little third base last year as well. Just joined the team in this series. Saw him as DH yesterday. 2-2 coming up from Leif Holteen, righty versus righty down the line, and that's foul. Shea Bennett doesn't even blink, the third base coach. And we'll do the 2-2 again. Like to see out here this weekend. Bring the family out. Lots of fun going on the field. The kids watch all the games, and then you got your beer batters, and you got cheap tickets, good concessions, big concession stand over there. Got myself some cheese popcorn before the game, and it's like $2 a bag. It's good stuff, and it's pre-sealed. That one up the middle for a hit, and Luke White is on here. 1 hit this inning for Fremont Moo. Let's see if, and there is somebody warming up in the Sodbuster bullpen. It's a left-hander. So Jackson Meyer comes up, the catcher. Meyer has struck out twice. Both of Leif Holtein's strikeouts in the way of Meyer. 4-3, a runner on here. Luke White, not a stealing threat. Not the fleetest of feet for him. 1 down. Top 5. Busters were down by 4 last inning, but battled back with 3 on 3 hits and took advantage of a wild pitch. That one popped up third base side. Matson gives it room, running out of real estate. Makes a catch over by the fence. Nice job for a guy that's pretty much primarily a first baseman. We've been playing him over at third. He's a good athlete. 2 down. 0 for 3 is Meyer. Peyton Leeper is the brand new batter. Is the brand new player, I should say, for Fremont this game. Slapped the uniform on him. Didn't play yesterday. Just joined the team. That's the way it goes sometimes in this league. Josh Salmon with you. Duncan Field, 4-3. Our score, Fremont with the lead. 2 outs, runner on here. And top of the 5th, and a strike. This is the beer batter, so everybody's cheering for their discount. He strikes out. Discount on the Brewskis. The 0-1 coming up. Runner on first is Luke White. One ball, one strike here to Leaper. Had that 2 RBI single back in the first. 2 of the 4 RBIs belong to him for the move today. The other 2 belong to Callahan. Fouled off on the left field side and out of play. So we go 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 4-3 our score, top 5. Moo leading. Runner on first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lights should be coming on soon here at Duncan Field. Still in the 90-degree range. Wind blowing in from right field was saved a home run a moment ago from Reller. Ended up being an out. It's a really long out. Here's the pitch, and slider misses inside. 7-4, nice job by 74 miles an hour. Nice job by McGuigan back there to stop that thing. That gets past him. Luke White ends up on second. McGuigan catching 2 nights in a row. He didn't catch in the Tuesday game. At least he didn't start. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will probably go. No, he doesn't. Luke White down the first base line and just foul. We've seen 2 or 3 of those right down the line today. A lot of left-handed batters in this lineup for the Moo. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We'll do it again. Runner on first. 4-3 Moo leading top 5. Trying to get out of the inning here is Leaf Hulteen. Pitch on the way. That one popped up. Should be playable on the infield. Who's going to get it? Third base shortstop calls off. Dawson underneath it. Makes a one-handed grab, and they leave another runner on base. And that is 6 runners left on base for the Moo in this game. They still lead 4-3. Busters coming back here. Bottom 5. You're listening to Sod Buster Baseball from Duncan Field. We'll take a word here from Graham Tire.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. You guys sometimes don't hear what's going on here at the stadium, but there's a lot of fun things with Jason Furrow goes on in the stadium. He's just doing some trivia. Sometimes they run the bases and put on the baseball outfit. Sometimes it's the bowling with the giant onion rings. Lots of fun things happen. That's why you need to come on out to Duncan Field. Plenty of chances for you this weekend with Western Nebraska in town. 6:35 the next 3 nights. Love to see your smiling faces out here. And there's mostly shade. I mean, when you first start the game, there's a little bit of sun, but let's say you inning or so into it, and there's a lot of shade here at Duncan Field, so don't worry about sitting in the heat so much. So leading things off here for the Busters, JT Cafferty. And to be 4, 5, 6, Cafferty, Madsen, and Cahoy due up here for the Busters. Kiyuchi back out there. That one misses for a ball. Kiyuchi in his pitched 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Cafferty, 1 of 2 today, struck out in a single. Righty versus righty. That one upstairs. 2 balls. No strikes. Thanks for watching on YouTube, listening on Mixler. Josh Salmon with you, Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein joins me on this call as well. And next inning, Steve will be back in here. Strike 1 there to Cafferty. JT playing first base tonight, getting some reps over there as he's going to go back to college as first base / outfielder, normally a catcher. I went inside, 3-1 here. So some bodies moving around the bullpen, nobody throwing right now. But Kiyuchi had a tough inning last inning, and Busters took advantage of it. Again, the outfield for the move very shallow. Pitch on the way, and that was fouled off. Just got a piece of it off the handle. Goes to 3-2 here. Kiyuchi. Third appearance of the season for him. No ERA. Batting average against him has been 111 up until last inning. Pitch on the way, and ball 4. Good at bat for JT Cafferty. Walk. Kiyuchi's ERA is now up to 27. So, brings up Trevor Matson. Third baseman tonight. He's flown out and singled. JT on base. Busters down by 1, 4-3. 3-spot last inning. Trying to take 2 of 3 from the move. That would be awesome. Busters won last night. 8-7. And they lost Tuesday night 4-1, which still wasn't a bad loss, considering as much runs as the move usually put up. The 1-0 coming up here to Madsen. Cafferty on first. He goes right away, and what a jump he had. No chance of getting that one. They throw that thing into center field. He's going to stay, though, but that's one reason, I guess, why they're playing so shallow out there is the center fielder able to pick that thing up on Morphew. That throw was awful from the catcher. Huge jump. Kiyuchi didn't even look at the run at all. JT took advantage of it. JT was a quarter of the way down the line, and Kiyuchi was in his windup. No chance of throwing him out. The catcher should have just held on to that one. They got lucky that center fielder was out there. Meanwhile, the pitch was a ball, 2-0. So Madsen, trying to do what he does, leads the team in RBIs. Chance for another one here. And in there for a strike. He came in with the game to the game leading with 9 RBIs for Hastings. The only RBI that's in this game don't belong to him. 2 to Rodriguez, 1 to Dawson. And that's it. 2-1 pitch coming up. And slaps that one really high. Kiyuchi's going to grab it himself. Should get able to get Madsen out. He does, but advances the runner over. So not bad. Put that down as a ground out to the pitcher. And Carson Cahoy comes up. So chance for Carson to get an RBI here. Cahoy with 6 RBIs in the season. Chance for him to get one here with runner standing on third base and JT Cafferty. Cahoy represents the leading run. Cafferty the tying run standing on third. Kiyuchi's pitch. That should do it. That goes past the shortstop into left field. And the Busters tie it up 4-4. Nice hit there by Cahoy. And the first pitch he sees comes out swinging. You got to wonder how much leash is left here for Kiyuchi. I say keep him in. We're just starting to like this guy, right? Brings up Cameron McClure. He's already got 2 hits. There is somebody warming in the bullpen for the move, but not quite ready yet. He stopped. He's just watching the game himself over there right now in the bullpen. Looks like somebody is working their way down to the dugout. Runner goes, Cahoy. And pitch called a foul ball. He was off to the races. He's a tough out as well because he's so fast. Kiyuchi didn't even take a look at him. No balls and 1 strike. Busters tied it up a moment ago. 4-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Kiyuchi's pitch coming up here to Cameron McClure. Throw over to first. He has a good pickoff move. When he does, keep an eye on the runner. That's the thing, win. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 4-4 our score, bottom 5. Duncan Field, game number 3 between Fremont and Hastings. Here's Kiyuchi's 0-1 offering. Nope, back over to first. Cahoy diving back, no tag by Luke White. He's throwing more pitches to first base than he has to home at this at-bat. Cafferty stole second off of him, advanced to third on Matson's hit, just scored on a single by Cahoy. Cahoy's on first. That one deep to right center field. Cahoy goes about halfway, and making the catch out there is Morphew, and there's 2 down. First time Cameron McClure hasn't been on base tonight. Rodriguez, he comes up. Fielder's choice his first time up. Had that big double, 2 RBI double last inning. I think it was a shot up to 370. I see the left fielder scooting back as we talk now. Rasmussen says, oh, yeah, I remember this guy. He hit it over my head. I'm scooting back. That one to third base. Leaper goes to second to get the force out, and the Busters leave 1 on base. But they tied it up. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, all the way across the board for both teams. 4-4 is our score. Top of the 6th. Coming up, this is Sodbuster Baseball, and we'll take a word from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank of Hastings has again been awarded a 5-star rating by Bauer Financial Research. We know our customers appreciate having their local community bank at the top of safety and soundness ratings.
We are very proud of the 5-star designation and will work hard to maintain this level of excellence. Knowing our community and knowing our customers, it's what sets a community bank apart from others.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, member FDIC.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Insides Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
All right, welcome back to Duncan Field. Busters able to tie it up and get 1 run on base there. And Steve Stein joins me here. Steve, good to see the guys tied up there, and we got a new arm out here for Sodbusters.
Ryan Melvin will try to have an opportunity to pitch a few innings here for Hastings. We also expect to see Jake Bigham before it's all said and done, but Ryan Melvin getting his opportunity, making his 3rd appearance. He's pitched an inning and 2/3, allowed 4 runs on 1 hit. He has struck out 2 and walked 4, an official record of 0-1. As it's a left-handed heavy lineup for this Fremont Move squad. He's going to be facing 8, 9, and 1. Like I say, they had double-barreled action, and Jake Bigham was the other guy. We fully expect to see him sometime today, and we'll see what Melvin can get done. Love to see him put a couple of zeros on the board and allow the offense to come right back. A pretty gutsy effort for Leif Holteen, who was able to make his way through 5, through about 80 pitches today, and gives way to Melvin, and give the offense some credit as the squad from Hastings able to come back and get it tied, and so getting Holteen off the hook, and now actually a 4-4 tie. Ryan Melvin would be the pitcher of record.
Talked to Melvin yesterday, nice young man from Grand Island, just coming off Tommy John surgery, so he's just kind of rehabbing, getting his arm back into things here in the summer league, and one of those guys that always calls you, sir, how's it going today? And he says he feels pretty good out there. Says arms both feel very good.
So we'll see what he can get done as he faces Austin Baskin. Baskin was 0 for 2 against Holteen in his first 2 at-bats. Hastings Sodbusters looking to make it 2 wins in a row over the Fremont Moo, heading into the weekend series with the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Ryan Melvin takes a look in at his catcher, Justin McGuigan, and brings home the delivery. That just misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Austin Baskin. Hastings Sodbusters 4 runs, 9 hits. The Fremont Moo 4 runs, 9 hits. Ryan Melvin brings home the 1-0 delivery. And this one bounces in there, and that's going to be a souvenir as it got all the way into the stands. It goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Austin Baskin. Hastings defensively, McGuigan behind the plate, J.T. Cafferty at first. Second base, Matt Rodriguez. At third, it's Trevor Matson. 2-0 delivery. Apparently just off the inside corner, and it's 3-0. 2 of his 3 pitches have been borderline. The other was not. Shortstop is Cole Dawson for the Hastings Sodbusters. As Ryan Melvin looking to find the strike zone here. 3-0 delivery, and that's across for strike 1. 3-1 the count now on Austin Bascom. Jackson Rocha out in left field. Carson Cahoy in center. And in right field, it's Cameron McClure. Defensive alignment for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-1 pitch, rifled foul down the first base line. So good job for Melvin to battle back. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Austin Baskin. Baskin just joining this Fremont Moose squad. At the University of Memphis. Played yesterday and had a pretty good debut, and he spoils another from Ryan Melvin, keeps it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hastings had an early lead, saw it slip away yesterday, but then came back to get the win. Basket of that contest, 2 for 4, a couple of runs batted in, and he scored 1. Batting in the 8th spot in the lineup for the second straight day. 3-2 delivery, off speed is again fouled back. Remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Melvin working his pitch count up just to the first batter. He'll be throwing the 8th pitch to Austin Basket. Dylan Sears, All Expedition League player, waiting on deck. Ryan Melvin's 3-2 delivery. Bouncing ball, right side. Mishandled, picked up, throw to first is in time. Great play at both ends. Rodriguez struggling to grab it cleanly. Threw a one-hopper to J.T. Cafferty, who dug it out. And that is a big first out here in inning number 6. Ryan Melvin eventually wins the battle. Matt Rodriguez wasn't the cleanest of plays, but hung with it, and a great job for Cafferty to bail his second baseman out. Here comes Dylan Sears as he stands in the left-handed box against the lefty Ryan Melvin. Dylan Sears from Western Illinois. All Expedition League in 2020 has hit .305 for the eventual champions of the Expedition League. They went 34-20 last season and swept Badlands in a home-and-home best-of-3 series, winning 8-2 on the road, 10-1 at home, taking the championship. This is the 4th year of the Expedition League, and the Clark Division has won 2 of the championships. Western Nebraska took the first title. Badlands won the second title, knocking off Western Nebraska for the title. Count 2 balls and 1 strike now on Dylan Sears. Ryan Melvin stands atop the hill. And the 2-1 delivery is on the way. Right across for strike 2. 2-2 the count now on Dylan Sears.
Isn't it the New York Mets that have the jets that fly by all the time? Or?
Got the trains here.
Yeah, we have the trains here.
Yep.
So.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 man out. Ryan Melvin brings home the delivery. And that bounces in there. 3-2. So Melvin's gone 3-2 to each of the first 2 hitters he has faced. Expect to see Jake Bigham a little bit later on, but Melvin, love to see him work an inning or 2 here for the Hastings Sodbusters as the 3-2 delivery is on the way. Taken high for a ball, so a ground out and a walk to the first 2 batters that Melvin's faced, and that'll bring up Augie Rasmussen, top of the order.
Scott Calusa joins us up here in the booth. Scott, Melvin working back from the Tommy John, and he says he's feeling good, and he's just happy to be out there playing.
Absolutely. We still have Melvin on a 30-pitch limit, and so he knows his job is to go in there and get a few lefties out for us and pitch every 2 or 3, maybe 4 days, and when he's needed, and he'll do that. He was sick for a couple days too, so he missed a turn in the rotation. So a little bit of rust, but the one thing I know about Ryan Melvin is he's a great kid and he'll compete, and those are my 2 favorite things.
Throws a first pitch strike there, and they were asking for you, Scott, so he has to do general manager duties. I just heard the radio saying, Scott, at least he's not having to go manage right now. 0-1 the count on Augie Rasmussen, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. A runner over at first, that's Dylan Sears, who reached via the walk 4-4 the score. The Fremont Moo getting 3 in the first, 1 in the second. And Hastings coming back with 3 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth. Top half of the sixth now, and Fremont trying to regain the lead as they have the go-ahead runner at first. And pitch swung on and missed. It's 2 strikes on Augie Rasmussen.
All right, back from owner GM duty.
Well, like you said, at least you're not managing. You have to run down there.
Yeah, every once in a while. That unfortunately that has happened. We had a nice father-son visit with our coaches a little bit, and they understand the expectations, and that's going to happen from time to time. And thankfully, I was able to drop the microphone and head on out.
0-2 pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Augie Rasmussen for the Fremont Moo.
Speaking of all, your dad's been ill. Talk about him real quick.
Yeah, my dad is. Last night after the game, I was heading up to my home in Grand Island and decided to turn to the east. And I'm from Lincoln, and my dad had some heart procedure done this morning, and he's doing really well. So I haven't been home in a couple days, so I just went right from Duncan to Lincoln, back to Duncan. So it's been a long couple days, but my dad's doing really well, and I'm not sure he's listening, but I know he's at least resting. I'm sure my mom's listening at home, so he's in good hands, and everything went real well. So we're happy that this is going to make a difference with him and hopefully feel a little better.
2-2 the count now. Dylan Sears picked the perfect pitch to go on. It was an off-speeder in the dirt. It's a runner in scoring position, 1 out, and this pitch is fouled away off the left side. It remains 2-2 on Rasmussen. Sears runs at second, 4-4 the score.
These guys, their backs were a little bit to the wall, Scott. Down 4-0, came back in the fourth, scored 3, put another one on the board. Just a no give up attitude right now. It's a different squad than we saw at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we just want them to compete, and that's what they've done really well. And Fremont is, in my opinion, undoubtedly the best team in the league, and yet we've given them a fight every night out. Even a couple of the games that they've beat us by scores that don't look like they were close. One of those games we were up 2-0 in the fifth. One of those games we had bases loaded twice and no runs. They had bases loaded once and got 5. So little things make a difference, and we've been able to get the big hits lately and make some plays when we have to. A little bit sloppy today on both sides, but again, a good baseball game as we're in the 6th.
As Rasmussen hit by a pitch, so now 2 have reached, a walk and a hit batsman, and Ryan Melvin working his way into a GM here now, and Fremont with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up and a big chance. A bunt on the third base line, that is big trouble. Pick up by McGuigan, who will throw back to third. They've got a pickle play with Sears. Sears coming home. The throw. Ryan Melvin will chase him down and tag him out. Runners will advance to second and third. It looked like the Sodbusters would get no outs, but a good job from McGuigan to get Sears, who rounded third too aggressively. When all is said and done, an outs recorded. Fremont will have second and third.
Well, McGuigan is so good with defense. I mean, that's what it shows. It looks like he was going to throw to first. He fooled everybody, and including Dylan Sears. They got him in the pickle, and good running there for the Moo to advance on that play. They had to get him out at third because there was another guy standing there.
Well, that was just good defensive execution, and the key to that play is you've got to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin understood the situation, and I thought he was going to let it go foul maybe. I thought it was going to be close, but then when he picked it up, I thought that was his only play, and he did a great job, great execution, and a good job on the rundown because that's not something we practice a whole lot. These are all guys that don't normally play together. That was good execution by us, and now we just need to get that big third out.
And it's going to be a tough out to get as Austin Callahan stands in the left-handed box, lefty-lefty matchup. And here's the pitch from Melvin, off speeder right across for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Callahan, a pair of singles, a pair of RBIs today.
Callahan tried to try out for the Reds a little while ago.
Yeah, last weekend he missed a couple games for the Moo. They'd send him to Cincinnati. He had a pre-draft workout with the Reds. He's a physical specimen, and he's just a really good athlete.
And he rifles this one to center field, and that's going to score a pair of runs. Cut off by Cahoy, but huge 2-out hit from Austin Callahan to salvage the inning for Fremont. Both of the runs come in. Rasmussen and Morphew, and Fremont has come right back to grab the lead by a score of 6-4.
3 hits, 3 RBIs for Callahan today.
If you go back to we've played them 100 times, I know, and everybody's getting tired of seeing orange. But again, our pitching staff has done a great job against them to give chances all the time. But if you look back in all those games, I promise you, it comes down to most of the time who's getting the 2-out hits and who's making the big play to finish the game. So that was just a good piece of hitting. That wasn't a bad pitch. That pitch was down, and Callahan didn't try to do too much and didn't try to pull it, which was the key. And so that's just good hitting. And just unfortunate for us that it was a 2-out, 2-run single.
Brock Reller is at the plate now, and Reller very easily could be 3 for 3 in any other park in the Expedition League. He's 2 for 3 today as he rifled one to right field, and it was caught just in front of the 367 sign. 2 for 3 today with a run scored, 6-4 the score, Fremont on
Yeah,
top.
the wind getting the assist on that one.
Well, there's no truth to the rumor that Brock Reller, this is his 14th year playing for the Moo. He is just a specimen. He works out. He's a huge guy, and he's got big power. Brock and I have an ongoing, not really a feud. We joke back and forth. Last year, he hit a ball and stared it down and bat flipped, and he was out.
Yeah.
That's just Duncan Field. He absolutely tattooed a ball. You know, one of the things as coaches you say when you see people pitch or see people hit, sometimes it just sounds different. And with him, that's one of those guys. And he tattooed another ball here that was definitely jogging around all the way around for a home run at any other park in our league. But thankfully we got good athletes out there and we ran it down.
Soundbusters are going to make a pitching change here. A 4-pitch walk issued by Brock Reller, so there's runners at first and second. 2 runs have come in for the Fremont Moo as the Soundbusters going to make a move. We'll see Jake Bigham come in as we get set to take a break. As the Soundbusters or actually, do we want to keep it here and visit more with Scott?
That's fine, we can visit.
Okay,
Yep.
So it's Scott since we got a little extra time. So pitching change going to be coming, and I know you're pretty excited to have Jake Bigham back. How about 3-1, 3 saves, a 0.83 ERA last year. Not all Expedition League material, though. I did not understand that. That was one of the biggest injustices.
how did he not make that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that whole thing worked, but it, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it really doesn't. He's been just a great guy to get to know. And I talked to Jake all fall, and I said, Jake, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm not sure. And I always knew he wanted to come back, and he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. And he called, and he said, Scott, I'd like a jersey. And he said, you treated us so well, and my family loves you, and they trust you, and I'd like to come back. He said, but I got a few days I'm going to miss for some family and some vacation and a wedding. And I said, absolutely. And so we're really happy to have him back. He's such a competitor, does a great job at Southeast Oklahoma, and he's moving on. He's a graduate transfer, got his degree, which again is something that I'm proud of too. But he's just a great guy, and these are the kind of kids that we're really proud of, that are Sodbusters. And when kids want to come back, that says a lot about what we do, and I'm really happy about that. And Jake is just a gamer, and it's going to be nice to have him on the back end of the bullpen.
Trimmed up the moss a little bit this year, too. I didn't recognize him down there in the bullpen. He was kind of a woolly mammoth last year going on.
I'm sure that's going to come back. Like I said, he had to be in a wedding, so he probably was forced to trim that up a little bit. Mom was probably after him a little bit, clean that up. But I'm sure by the time we get to end of July, he'll look a little gruffy, I'm guessing.
Now, you said he's got an opportunity. Has he made his choice on where he's going to go next year? Or is he kind of auditioning this summer to still get looks?
Well, he's talking to a couple different schools, and we visited with a couple different schools also. So I have not heard what his final decision is yet. I think he's going to wait and see what happens. And he's a guy you got to see. You know, in the world of radar guns and everything, you need to see this velocity, that velocity. He throws hard enough, but unless you see him, he's not a guy that you're going to just see the numbers and go get. But when you see how he competes, you meet him as a person, and you see that split finger fastball, your decisions will quickly change. It's just a beautiful pitch.
He was very much lights out last year.
6-4 the score. Fremont on top, as first batter that Bigham faces is Luke White, the 5-hole hitter, who is 1 for 2 on the day, singled his last time up, so Fremont has scored for the first time since the second inning to break the 4-4 ties, and off-speed is right across 70 miles an hour on the curveball, and no balls and 1 strike on Luke White.
Just another standard Fremont guy, 6'5", 250. I don't know that we have any guy that could actually wear one of their uniforms.
That's a night shirt. They could sleep in it.
Yeah, maybe.
No balls and 1 strike, and the delivery is outside in the dirt. Nice stop, Justin McGuigan, to keep the runner at second base. And McGuigan with one of the key plays of the inning to get a guy coming around third, Dylan Sears. It looked like that was going to get an opportunity for the Sodbusters to at least have a chance to put a 0 on the board, but Fremont getting the big 2-out, 2-run single from Austin Callahan. And then the walk to Brock Reller ended the day for Ryan Melvin, who would be the losing pitcher if Sodbusters can't come back.
Oh, we're going to answer, Steve.
1-1 delivery on the way. That's a cross for strike 1 and 2 the count.
That's the difference with Jake. You know, he threw you the 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball first. Then he threw you the splitty at 81, and then he zips you at 87, 88. And when you start with those off-speed pitches, that 87 looks like it's about 94.
Bigham comes set. 1-2 delivery. Hammered to center field. Carson Cahoy on his horse goes back and makes the catch, and that will do it for Fremont. But they come up with 2 runs on 2 hits, and they leave a man leave 2 rather, as we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. It's 6-4 Fremont over Hastings. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. The Adams County Visitors Bureau invites you to experience Hastings. From bird watching to the Aqua Court Water Park to taking in a Sodbusters baseball game at historic Duncan Field. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. What would a visit be without great eats? Hastings has plenty for all cravings. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. All right, the Hastings Sodbusters with work to do again as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, now trailing by 2 runs. They were down 3-0 after a half inning, down 4-0 after 2. Came back to get it tied, but now Fremont getting a pair of runs in inning number 6. And the Sodbusters will have their 9-1-2 against Levi Kiuchi, who would stand to be the winning pitcher now.
It's interesting, yeah. He really hasn't had a good outing at all, but now he's in line for the win if they can pull it off. But there's a lot of baseball left.
And the Sodbusters continue to string it pretty well. The hits now in the game, Fremont with 11 in the contest. The Sodbusters with their 4 runs on 9 hits. This last inning, able to get a run home on an RBI single from Carson Cahoy.
Rocha coming up.
As Rocha stands in the right-handed box, and this is a first pitch swing and fly ball, right field. Sodbusters can't come up with anything here as Brock Reller has it measured, and Jackson Rocha is a 1-pitch out here in inning number 6.
Still looking for his first Sodbuster hit. It'll come. It'll come. Takes a little time. It's only 3rd game.
Cole Dawson now coming up. 1 for 3 on the day, an infield single. He struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. His dad in attendance here, the head coach for the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, as him and his wife, Dave and Janine, are in town.
That's their mascot, the Wonder Boys?
Yes.
What is a Wonder Boy?
Pitch across for strike. I did not have time to research that. I just found out that was their mascot here just like a half inning ago while I was doing PA. So.
Huh.
No balls and 1 strike, and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cole Dawson. Dawson, a bunt single back in the first, struck out looking in the 3rd, and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. At a 3-run 4th inning. Sodbusters would add the tying run in the 5th, as Dawson way behind this one fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Dawson, batting in the leadoff spot for the Hastings Sodbusters, coming into today at 4-9. Been a weird year already for this Hastings Sodbuster team. As baseball, you love baseball. You see things that you just don't normally see. As this Hastings Sodbuster squad, the 1-2 pitch is on the way, and this one is popped up right side underneath it. The second baseman, and making the grab will be Austin Baskin for the second out. Sodbusters, they've won a game after giving up a 7-run inning, and they've lost a game after having a 7-run inning. Neither one of those things usually happen in a baseball season, and the Sodbusters have already had both of those things happen.
And beat the Moo twice with 5 errors.
Yes.
You mentioned that earlier.
Each.
Yeah. Each game.
Bouncing ball right side. First pitch swinging was Justin McGuigan. An easy play there for Luke White. Nothing doing. Sodbusters gone in order here in inning number 6. 7th inning coming up. Fremont leads Hastings 6-4. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Fremont comes to bat in inning number 7 as the Moo with a 6-4 lead on the strength of a 2-run single from Austin Callahan. They'll be batting 6, 7, and 8 with Jackson Meyer, Peyton Leeper, and Austin Baskin. Jake Bigham out for his first full inning of work as Bigham threw 4 pitches to retire the only batter he faced in inning number 6. It's great to see Bigham on the field for this Hastings Sodbuster team and back after he had an unbelievable campaign last summer.
Okay, I got a little bit on Wonder Boy here.
Okay.
Exhaustive research. John Tucker's ultimately responsible for the idiosyncratic name Wonder Boys for Arkansas Tech University. On November 15, 1919, Tucker, as a 17-year-old freshman, scored 2 touchdowns and kicked 2 extra points to lead the 2nd District Agricultural School Aggies 14-0 upset win over Jonesboro. Newspaper accounts following the game, Tucker and his teammates were referred to as Wonder Boys, and the nickname sticks to this day.
Well, there you go. Exhaustive research. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter now for the squad from Fremont as Ryan Hayes will come in and he will be batting and then catching for Jackson Myers. So
yeah, he caught last night's game.
So Ryan Hayes in there for the Fremont Moo.
Hayes 0 for 5 last night. Did score a run, though.
He'll stand to the right-hand box against the right-hander Jake Bigham. Fremont 6 and Hastings 4. Pitch over but low and back to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes on Ryan Hayes. Batting in the number 6 spot for the Fremont Moo as they look to get right back in the win column, coming into today at 11-2. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 2 more in the 6th for Fremont. For Hastings, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th to tie the game. Pitch is fouled away, and it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Hayes.
Sioux Falls still trailing 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th at home. If Busters could find a way to pull this off and Sioux Falls loses, we will move up another notch on them. They're behind us right now.
Pitch is fouled off the mask of the catcher, Justin McGuigan. Apparently no worse for the wear. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hayes. Hayes out of Yakima Community College from Washington State. 2-2 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball, another foul at the plate. It remains 1-2, and Hayes gave it a pretty good battle here to Jake Bigham.
Sioux Falls is 7.5 games back out of first from Fremont. Hastings 7 games. So looking to gain a full game if we can win this one and they can lose. We got some work to do.
Schedule in the second half, and they do play 2 halves of Expedition Ball. You'll have 32 or 33 games in the first half, and then 32 or 33 in the second half, depending on how the schedule works out. Pitch misses for ball 2, so If it doesn't go well in that first half, you maybe have a chance to win the second half division and make the postseason playoffs. 4 teams, 2 from each division, will make the postseason. 3-2 delivery on the way, and that is missing, so ball 4, and Bigham walks his first. Pretty good at bat for Hayes, who hung in there and worked the walk.
Third walk given up by Sodbuster pitching tonight. Not as bad as we've seen in the past, though. That's getting down. In this series, we have walked a lot less batters than they have.
Leeper stands in the left-handed box as Bigham will work out of the stretch here. 6-4, Fremont with the lead. And the good news for the Sodbusters, second half not quite as Fremont heavy, I don't think, as Sodbusters overall will be playing Fremont 22 times. They'll have Pier 8 times. They're in the division. Runner goes. The pitch taken high for a ball. Throw down to second base, and safe at second. Getting in under the tag was Hayes. So he's in scoring position, and 2-0 the count now on Leeper. They'll play Sioux Falls 12 times before the season is done. Spearfish 3, and Western Nebraska just 6 times. That's the rundown for the Clark Division opponents for the Hastings Sodbusters, as pitch line foul down the left field line. It remains, I should say it's now, 2 balls and a strike.
I was talking about strikes and walks. Sodbusters have struck out more batters and allowed less walks in this series, even into this game right now, than Fremont has. I've got numbers here in a minute.
Bigham out of the stretch, 2-1 the count. 6 runs for Fremont, 4 for the Sodbusters. Has Bigham out of the stretch. And the pitch. Blew it by him. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Leeper.
Hastings has struck out 16 Moo in the series. They've struck us out 13. Hastings has walked 7. They've walked us 8.
2-2 the count. Runner at second. Nobody out. 6-4 the score. Fremont on top on a warm night here at Duncan Field. Wind blowing straight in from center field. And the pitch popped up and foul. Again, Fremont doing a good job of extending at bats. Foul balls, extending pitch counts.
Yeah, this is what they do. They bat and they find gaps. That's just what they do. And 2-out rallies.
12 teams in the Expedition League. The Sodbusters will not play Badlands this year, Canyon County, or Mining City. They'll have 5 against the Casper Horseheads before the year's done. 3 against Souris Valley is another foul ball. Back to the screen. And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. They had 3 against Tweed City, went 1-2. They'll have 3 more against them late in the year. But again, not making the trek to Montana or Idaho this season to see either Mining City or Canyon County, and they will not go to Dickinson, North Dakota either, although they'll go semi-by there. They'll go all the way through North Dakota to get to Grand Forks to play Wheat City at the end of the year. 2-2 pitch. Just misses, and it's 3-2 now. It's a pretty good at-bat for Leeper after Hayes had a really good at-bat in this inning as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's the second batter of the inning, and you've seen a lot of pitches thrown already by Jake Bigham. Bigham delivers this one, and another foul ball back to the screen. And fans in attendance here all fired up because he's the beer batter, so half-price beer for the remainder of this inning if he goes down on strikes. But 20 pitches thrown for Bigham, total 16 already in this inning, and he's just facing his second batter.
8 for this batter right now, Leeper.
3-2 pitch on the way. Missed. And so a pair of long extended at-bats both end up in walks for the squad from Fremont. And now they'll have their 8 and 9 hitters coming up. Chance to have a big inning as they already lead it by a score of 6-4. Austin Baskin is 0 for 3 on the day as he tries to move the runners along. We'll see if he is going to be asked to bunt by head coach Shea Bennett down in the third base coaching box.
Does the Moo even know how to bunt? I don't think they know how to bunt.
At this spot in the order, I'll bet they do. They are not, however. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Shortstop steps on the bag. Throw to first in time, and they should have been bunting. Good job there for Cole Dawson to field his position. 2 outs in the inning. Runner advancing to third. That's Hayes. Leaper was erased, 6 unassisted. Baskin 6-4 on the double play, and it'll be up to Dylan Sears to try to salvage the inning for Fremont.
Shea Bennett should ask you what he should do because
Yeah.
you were right.
He is the reigning coach of the year in the Fremont for the
Just a
Fremont
fluke.
Blue in the Expedition
No,
League. Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, and they do a good job recruiting. Man, they've gotten good talent. Their 3rd year of existence, they actually made the playoffs their 1st year as well. Went 20-14 in the second half to qualify, then lost to Western Nebraska in a 1-game playoff, and then last year they were the best team by far in the abbreviated schedule. Only 6 teams played, but Fremont was the real deal as Dylan Sears, and all Expedition League players back this summer, takes the pitch upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dylan Sears. He's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. He's also walked. Jake Bigham trying to put a 0 on the board here for Hastings and allow the offense to get going to the bottom of the 7th.
With him batting in the 9th hole, don't let that be confusing to you because he is a top of the order type of hitter.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's at number 9, but that's how deep this squad is. Here's a line drive, left field. Rocha comes up with a diving grab.
Wow.
Jackson Rocha saves a run there. Bigham does get his 0 on the board, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. As Fremont, no runs, no hits, 1 left. It's still 6-4 Fremont. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Timeout. Timeout. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Rudd's Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit RuttsHeatingandAir.com.
Nebraska has some of the most beautiful state parks in the country. And to celebrate their 100th anniversary, the Nebraska Lottery announces our Great Outdoors Getaway promotion. Through June 8, 2021, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch ticket for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and Nebraska Lottery and Game and Parks merchandise. State parks as great as ours deserve a promotion as great as this. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
Head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. If the Sodbusters are going to come back, they're going to have to do it against one of the better relievers on this Fremont Moo staff. It's Marco Ozuna Jr. He'll be making his 5th appearance. 4 innings pitched so far, 0-0 with 1 save. He has allowed no runs on 3 hits, striking out 5 and walking none. He is the real deal, and Sodbusters get another chance to see him. He's been pretty good so far against Hastings.
Yeah, this guy brings the heat. He throws fast.
So we'll see how the Sodbusters battle against him after they touched up Levi Kiuchi. Able to get some runs on him. But now the Hastings Sodbusters going to have to get Ozuna before it's all said and done.
Last faced him on June 3rd, Sodbusters did, and the game was there. It was here at Hastings. He pitched 1 2/3, struck out 2. 5 batters faced, gave up a hit, and ended up getting the save in that game. We saw him on May 28th as well and May 22nd, so very familiar with Ozuna Jr.
And he'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters here at inning number 7. Sodbusters trail by a score of 6-4. Official box score scoring 6 runs, 10 hits for Fremont, 4 runs, 9 hits for Hastings. And it will be Hammond who grounded into a double play his first time up. He also reached on an error and then grounded out to the shortstop. That coming in the 4th. Leads things off in the 7th. Ozuna brings the pitch home. First pitch swinging. Hammond picked up cleanly by the 3rd baseman. The set, the throw in time. 1 pitch, 1 out as Peyton Leaper threw a bullet to retire Hammond.
So Hammond 0 for 4. But he was 0 for 4 last night, and he got up and made that crucial 2 RBI single late in the game, so he'll be back up again.
JT Cafferty comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Cafferty singled in the third, walked and scored a run in the fifth. Now in the seventh inning, it remains 6-4 as Ozuna brings the pitch home, and Cafferty takes it for a strike. No balls, one strike on J.T. Cafferty.
Ozuna's only thrown 4 times this year, 3 times against Hastings.
Well, most of the games this year between the two teams, they've played the majority of the games this year against one another. So it's nice to see some new blood and pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Western Nebraska, the opponent for the first time. 3-game series this weekend beginning tomorrow night, 6:35 here at Duncan Field. Come on out. 0-2 pitch. Just misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
90 miles an hour on that one. That's bringing it.
So Fremont, they will be leaving Hastings. Hastings gets a chance to be home for the weekend. Has the 1-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss at an off-speeder, and he becomes the first strikeout victim of Marco Ozuna Jr. So Cafferty, now 1 for 3 on the day, and that will bring to the plate Trevor Matson. Matson 1 for 3. He singled his first time up, but has since flown out and grounded out.
We got news that he's going to go to Gardner-Webb college next year.
A grad transfer, so he had an opportunity to play 1 more year of ball. So he's graduated from Arcadia University in Pennsylvania and will get a chance to play D1 ball at Gardner-Webb.
Awesome.
Congratulations to him. 0-1 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Matson. Be interesting to see if Ozuna, he's working the final 3 innings here, that he would be in a save situation anyway, but I don't know how much he's been extended, if they want to go him for 2 innings. If he sets him down 1-2-3 here, his pitch count's going to be in great shape heading into the 8th and 9th. 0-2 pitch just misses. Ozuna started to take a couple of steps, skipping toward the dugout, and he will make his way back atop the hill now.
We might have got away with one there. That looked pretty close.
Ozuna out of Cochise College. He's from Arizona.
Casa Grande, Arizona.
1-2 deliveries, taken down low. 2-2 on Matson.
Never been there. I'm familiar with Arizona, but not familiar with Casa Grande.
Soundbusters 4-9 coming into today. 2 of their wins coming against Fremont. They picked up 1 against Pierre and beat Wheat City 15-0. 2-2 delivery. Called strike 3. Matson knew it as he was heading toward the dugout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Ozuna. And that'll do it for the Hastings Soundbusters. They go 1-2-3 in the 7th. Josh Salmon going to take you home when we come back. He'll have the final 2 innings for you. Once again, it's Fremont 6, Hastings 4. You're listening to Soundbuster Baseball.
Time out. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
Nebraska has some of the most beautiful state parks in the country. And to celebrate their 100th anniversary, the Nebraska Lottery announces our Great Outdoors Getaway promotion. Through June 8, 2021, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park Centennial Scratch ticket for a chance to win a 2-night stay at a Nebraska State Park, $2,021 in cash, and Nebraska Lottery and Game and Parks merchandise. State parks as great as ours deserve a promotion as great as this. Top prize odds 1 in 80,000.
Jake Bigham back out on the hill as Ozuna Jr. puts the Busters in check. 3 straight batters in the 7th, but Busters will be down to their last 6 outs. An important inning here to hold Fremont to a 6-4 lead. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller to my right running the cameras. They're doing some kind of water balloon toss between the teams on the field, and there's 2 guys from the Sodbusters and 2 guys from the Moo catching the water balloons, and none of them ever popped. And Monroe is pitching the water balloon now to Hulteen, who just smashes it with a bat. That would have been a cool picture. Hopefully somebody got that one. So coming up here for the Moo in the 8th inning. Back to the top of the order. It's Rasmussen, Morphew, and Callahan. Moo have 6 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. Busters have 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Rasmussen, 2 hits today, but on base, a hit today, and reached on an error, hit by a pitch as well. Rocha gives that one a good run, but can't catch it. Oh, 1 here to Rasmussen. Very tough out. There's a lot of guys in this lineup. Jake Bigham back out there. Came in the 6th. Pitched to the 7th. Here he is in the 8th. On to 2nd. Rodriguez to 1st. 1 down. That's the kind of innings, that's the kind of batters we like. Let's do that 2 more times. Darian Morphew comes up. 2 hits for him. Fielder's choice bunt last time he was up. That's where he bunted it down the line. McGuigan picked it up, faked it to 1st, got the runner going to 3rd. And a ground out there to Rodriguez. Let's do that again. I said it last time it happened, so I'm going to say it again. So 2 for 4 right now is Morphew. 2 down for the Moo. This is kind of inning we like. Very few pitches this inning. Thrown by Jake Bigham, and it comes up to Austin Callahan. Tough out, but we want to get him out and not get Brother up with anybody on. 6-4 Moo lead in top of the 8th. That pitch misses for a ball. 2 outs. In the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Cahoy, McClure, and Rodriguez due up for Hastings. Chance to tie it up down to their last 6 outs. That one in there for a strike. Fremont won on Tuesday 4-1. Busters won yesterday 8-7. Those 2 runs they put up in the 8th were important because Moo came back and scored 2 in the 9th, but still wasn't enough as Ryan Sanders closed the door. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Austin Callahan. Here's the pitch from Jake Bigham. Misses inside, 77 miles an hour. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I totally didn't recognize Jake when he came out of the bullpen with the hair all trimmed up and the beard all trimmed up, and that was kind of his look last year. Here's the 2-1 with the Moss, and Cafferty catches it, and he surprises himself with the line drive and shows the ump a line out to first base. A 1-2-3 inning for Fremont. Good pitch in there. Nice shooting text by Jake Bigham. And Busters will be back here in the bottom of the 8th, see if they can tie this thing up. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
So Busters up in the bottom of the 8th after getting the Moo to go 1-2-3. We'll see what we can get going here if the guys can tie it up down by 2. Carson Cahoy, Cameron McClure, Matt Rodriguez up. 5 hits among those 3 gentlemen, so a chance for them to tie it up. It's not going to be easy, though, as Ozuna Jr. back out there. The fireballer made the Busters go 1-2-3 in the 7th. Western Nebraska in town, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:35. Bring out your smiling faces. Let's see you here at the ballpark. Saturday is that 9 innings of winning, chance to win some Garth Brooks tickets or tickets to a Royals game in the Crown restaurant or whatever up there. And you could win season tickets to Sodbusters next season. You could win a big screen TV, Traeger Grill, lottery tickets. Must be 19 years old to get raffle tickets. First strike there to Carson Cahoy. Cahoy, 2 hits in the game for him today. And the 0-1, this Ozuna just throws strikes. That one misses for a ball. Coy 2 for 3. Runs scored. RBI 250 on the batting average. Righty versus righty. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Good job laying off of it by Carson Cahoy. Anyways, on the Saturday, nine innings of innings. Must be 19 years old to play. Get your raffle tickets. And lots of things to be given away. Cool stuff. Every inning here on Saturday. 3-1. Ozuna. He doesn't give up too many walks. It'd be nice to get a walk here, especially with the speed of Cahoy. Get him on the bases here. Hayes behind the dish now. As he came in to pinch hit. We stole like crazy off of him last night. Ran pretty good off of him. And that went in there for a strike. Cahoy was fooled. Wasn't sure what it was coming at him. This guy does mix it up a little bit, but when he throws the cheese, he's getting up in the 90s. The 3-2 coming up from Ozuna. Junior swung on and missed on that one. 86. And Carson Cahoy strikes out, one down. Third strikeout issued by Ozuna Jr. It's the fifth strikeout thrown by Moo pitching tonight. It brings up Cameron McClure. He's got 2 hits. Flew out his last time up, 2 for 3. Here's Cameron. Talked to him on Sunday night. Said you've been doing a good job out there with your defense. And he got the bat going tonight, too, so I can tell him that. 1-0 here to Cameron McClure. McClure in his 9th game as a sodbuster. 323 on-base percentage. 1 ball, 1 strike to McClure. Well, Moo able to get 2 up in the 6th inning, and that's the difference in this game right now. Got those off of Ryan Melvin, who's the pitcher of record. Went in there for a strike. McClure didn't like it. It's 1-2. The good news is they brought in Ozuna early. The bad news is they brought in Ozuna. This guy just is tough. Here's the 1-2. 89 inside. What would it be like to throw 89 miles an hour? I don't even care if it's wild. I can't even throw 79 miles an hour. I don't think I can even reach 69, maybe. On 1 pitch, because my arm would be done then. That one misses. 3-2. Good at bat here for Cameron McClure. Five-game homestand. In July, the Busters have a 7-game homestand. Here's the 3-2. 1 out. That one's a chopper. Shortstop, Sears in between Hop. He double clutches, and they can't get him. Sears double clutched it over there, running in on the infield. Usually a very good fielder, but McClure just fast enough to beat that one out. It's an infield single. So first hit given up by Ozuna Jr. Rodriguez comes up, had that big double back in the 4th. He's had 2 fielders' choices since then. Actually, 1 before then, 1 after then. Short lead for McClure at first. Rodriguez swings and misses. 87 miles an hour. Even Ozuna's slow pitch is fast. That wasn't a slow pitch, but I'm saying when he throws it. 0-1 coming up here. 1 out, runner on first. Busters down by 2, bottom 8. Down to the last 6 outs to try to tie this thing up. Tied at 1 game apiece in the series as they beat the Moo last night, headed them their 2nd loss. Both losses this year for Fremont coming here at Duncan Field via your Sodbusters. 1-1 coming up from Ozuna Jr. Back up the middle and in the center field. Nobody can get a hold of that one. Nice piece of hitting. Just hit it where it was thrown. Ozuna couldn't get a glove on it. The second baseman couldn't get a glove on it. So Omar Jackson coming in to pinch hit for Jackson Roca. Omar will stay in the field as well. Jackson's been hitting pretty well. I was kind of surprised he wasn't in the starting lineup today. Sometimes they rotate him and Cahoy, though. So 2 singles in a row after retiring the first batter given up by Ozuna Jr. and Buster's leading run at the plate. Inside out swing, foul off on the first base side. Carson Gahoy struck out. Cameron McClure singled on an infield single. He stands on second. Matt Rodriguez singled right up the middle a moment ago. He stands on first. Rodriguez represents the tying run. Omar Jackson represents the go-ahead run. 77 miles an hour on that one. Ball and a strike. We're going to check who has microphones here at the stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 runners on. Buster's trying to tie it up against Ozuna Jr. He's a tough guy, but they got 2 hits against him this inning. That one hit deep to center. That's center fielder is playing shallow, backpedaling. He can't get it. They keep playing shallow out there. That's Morphew. That'll score at least 1 run. And a double for Jackson. Nice pinch hit double there for Omar. Clobbered that thing, and again, they're playing so shallow in the outfield. We've seen that the entire series, and they've been burned 3 times by it, yet they keep shooting in. You always want the ball to fall in front of you. 8 years outfielder speaking here. It's easier to run forward than it is to run back, and he saw that one on that one as he backpedaled, and he was left and right, and he was all over the place. So now runners on second and third as Cameron McClure scores, and Buster's within 1 now. Let's keep it going. Still just the 1 out. Back to the top of the order for Cole Dawson. This is the guy you want up with a couple guys on. He's been swinging a good bat. Gets fooled on the off-speed pitch there, 78. And Ozuna's off-speed pitch is 78 miles an hour. He's still pretty quick for an off-speed. Gahoy struck out in 3 consecutive singles. They gave him a single or a double on that one. I think they gave him a double. Double for Jackson. 88. So it goes from 78 to 88. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Dawson just 1 hit today. Very uncharacteristic of him in this series. 1 for 4. He is due. Strikeout, fly out, pop out. He singled back in the first. That's the only time he's been on base. Here's the 1-1 offering from Ozuna Jr. That one just foul tipped and fell on the ground. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So an infield hit by McClure got this thing started. Double clutch by Sears, couldn't get the out. Rodriguez hit that single right back up the middle of the center, and then a moment ago, a pinch hit. RBI double by Omar Jackson. Buster's within 1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and going down strikes is Cole Dawson. Second time he has struck out. 4th strikeout issued by by Ozuna Jr. So now 2 outs. Buster still have a chance to tie this up or take the lead. Justin McGuigan up. McGuigan just 1 hit tonight as well. He's been averaging multi-hit games here lately. Swung on and missed on that thing. The slider is just really hard to hit. It's either slider or tailing fastball. Rodriguez stands on third. Jackson on second. 6-5 Moo. 2 outs here for the Busters, bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 in the dirt. And by dirt, I mean turf. 1-1 to McGuigan. Justin's caught the last 2 nights. Probably get the day off tomorrow, or he'll just stay in his DH, one of the 2. See if he can get his bat going here. Only 1 hit for him today. In outfield, very shallow again. They just got burned by that. High chopper, that is a foul ball. So the center fielder, Morphew, had one over his head just 2 batters ago by Jackson, who's standing about 60 feet in front of him at second base, and he still plays very shallow. It's the most shallow outfield I've ever seen in my life. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here. Buster's down by 1, bottom 8. So Ozuna Jr. trying to finish out the inning, and Buster's trying to tie it up. And strike 3 called. Giving a dirty look to the umpire is McGuigan, and so 5 strikeouts for Ozuna Jr. They leave 2 on base, but a run in on 3 hits, 2 stranded Busters trail by 1, 6-5. Top of the ninth. Coming up, this is Sod Buster Baseball, and we'll take a word here from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank has been your hometown bank for over 40 years, and now you can take us wherever you go. Mobile Deposit allows you to deposit checks from your smartphone or tablet with our free business banking app. And never pay for an ATM charge again with our MoneyPass app. It maps out ATMs near you that won't charge a fee because of its partnership with 5 Points Bank. We're here to serve you in person and online, and that's why we're the better bank.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Insides Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Well, the Sweet Caroline is playing at Duncan Field. That means it's the 9th inning. That's kind of our tradition here. Last year, the tradition was when the Busters win, you play Ghostbusters. So Jake Bigham back out there for the Busters as they were able to scrape together a run on the double RBI by Omar Jackson. He moves into left field. So the ninth for Rocha is done. It's hard to come off the bench. It really is. And he got that double. He's been hitting very well lately. It's a risky move, and it paid off. So Bigham this inning will face Reller, White, and Hayes. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Moo here in the ninth. They lead by 1. A 1-2-3 inning last time by Jake Bigham. We need another one here. We really have faith the Busters can score in the bottom of the ninth and at least tie it. We haven't had an extra inning game against the Moo. 22 hits combined, 4 errors, and 11 runs in this game. A lot of offense. So here is Brock Reller. Jake Bigham kicks and delivers, and 85 misses. So Jackson in left field, still have Cahoy in center, McClure in right. Matson, Dawson, Rodriguez, and Cafferty on the infield with the battery mates as Justin McWegan. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Nate Miller with you here on your Thursday nights. Western Nebraska the next 3 nights here at Duncan Field. We'll start a pregame tomorrow at 6 o'clock. In the 9th inning here, top of the 9th, Moo lead 6-5. Nobody throwing right now in the Buster bullpen. Pitch from Bigham, 86. Not sure where that missed at, but it's 3-1. He's right around the zone there. He's very, very close. You got to be careful, though, with Reller. I know what he's doing because this guy's a tough hitter. And upstairs, ball 4, leadoff hitter is on for Fremont. You look tonight, they've had a leadoff hitter on 2, 3 times in this game. And Luke White comes up. They're going to courtesy run for Reller. Pinch run, I should say. So he is done for the night. I'll get you a number here on the runner in a moment. He turns his back. Thank you, Nate. Tyler Push. He was very fast on first. Saw him started yesterday's game. Pitch in there for a strike, 85 miles an hour to Luke White. White is 1 of 3, hit by a pitch and a single. Fremont scored 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the 6th. They lead 6-5. Push doesn't go, he bluffs. Buster scored 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Excuse me, 1 in the 5th. And 1 in the 8th. 1-1 here to Luke White. Push, pinch running over there. He is fast. Throw over to first, runner back. McWigan is ready. He knows what he's up against. He saw Push last night and saw him the night before, Tuesday as well. So Push now in for Reller. Jake Bigham checks his runner. Runner doesn't go. That one's upstairs. It's 82 miles an hour. 2 balls and a strike. Hush falls over the crowd. Bigham. Already pitched 2 in the third innings coming into this inning. Strike. Good to have him back in Hastings, as Scott Galusha was talking about earlier. He was lights out for us last year. I mean, you brought him in, and it was not always a done deal, but almost every time. 2-2 to Luke White. Push the runner at first. Throw over to first. Did they get him? They got him! Wow! Nice pickoff move. Somebody get that guy a pillow. He was sleeping on first base. I was keeping my eye on Push. I've been in that situation. You're leaning the wrong way as a base runner. I have had that happen. It is not a good feeling. So now 1 out. That's a big out as Push was caught stealing. Here's the 2-2 from Jake Bigham to Luke White. Popped up first base side out of play. So Jake was thrown over to first. Push was kind of getting his timing. You knew he was going to run at some point. And he was leaning the wrong way. And Jake just glanced over his shoulder and quickly threw over there. And got him. Caught him snoozing. 2-2 hit a mile high to left field. Jackson, who just came in the game, camps underneath it. Puts up the bonfire. And there's 2 outs. So that brings up Hayes. Ryan Hayes came into bat last inning. For Meyer, walked. 2 outs here. That caught stealing could be huge. Busters can come back next inning and score 2 runs. That would be a really big play. First, let's get on this one unscathed. That one floats upstairs, 68 miles an hour on the ball. 2 up for the Busters. Next inning, it'll be Hammond, Cafferty, and Matson scheduled. Could see somebody off the bench, who knows. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 6-5 Moo, top 9. Swung on and missed on 85. He goes from 68 miles an hour to 85. Nice job mixing up the pitches there, Jake Bigham. Takes off a lot on that one. Let's see what he goes to this time. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed on that one. 85. Went back to the heat again on Ryan Hayes. Let's see if he goes back to the off speed. He's got a little bit to mess with here. Bigham stands on the first base side, or the right side of the rubber. It's a right-handed batter here. Ryan Hayes, who caught in last night's game, took over for Meyer last inning. The 1-2 offering. Strike 3 called. Hayes doesn't like it at all, but the Buster fans love it. And the Moo are done in the 9th. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Can we pull off the victory? 2 wins in a row. Hand the Moo their 3rd victory. Time will tell. We'll be right back. The 9th inning. Don't go anywhere. Moo leads 6-5. We'll take a word here from the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Well, Tyler Bush got caught stealing, and then Jake Bigham battled back. Got a fly out and a strikeout to get out of the inning against Samu in the ninth. They still lead 6-5. Josh Salmon back with you. Steve Stein, Nate Miller is. Take a look at the Expedition League scoreboard here. And we're going to check and see what Sioux Falls is doing tonight, as they're a half game entered tonight, a half game behind Hastings. Scoreboard check here. Sioux Falls is now leading 10-7. They were trailing a good portion of the night, but now they're leading. So Busters really need to win this game to stay a half game ahead of Sioux Falls. So we'll see what they can get doing. Some magic. It'd be sweet to not only get the win, but get another win against the Moo and take the series. The Busters, I don't think they haven't taken a series all season. How sweet would it be to take one from Fremont and then you have Western Nebraska come in? Your in-state rivals all week here at Duncan Field. Makes it a lot of fun. A lot of these guys know each other. So Jack Howard coming up. Howard, Cafferty, and Matson due up. We'll get some crowd noise going here for Hammond. First pitch called a strike to Jack Hammond. 0 for 4, 216 batting average coming into tonight, this at-bat. Grounded in double play, reached on error, grounded out twice. And that one fouled off. No, that one, excuse me, a wild pitch. 1 ball and a strike, sorry. I was looking down and looked up. So Ozuna, who we thought was made of armor, gave up a run last inning and 3 hits. So let's tink his armor again this inning and win this thing, or at least tie it up here. Gotta get somebody on base first. 2-1. And there is some bodies moving in the bullpen for the Moo, but I can't tell if anybody's throwing right now. There's some kids sitting over there in my line of vision. The 2-1 coming up from Ozuna Jr. to Jack Hammond in there for a strike. 77 on that one. This guy goes anywhere from 73, 74 into 90 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Busters down by 1, bottom 9. It's 6-5. Here's the pitch. And just staying alive on that one. Jack Hammond reaching out. So, young guy grabs the ball and hands it to JT Cafferty on the on-deck circle. He might stick around and get autographs after the game. Why not? Hopefully he can get him with a W. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Ozuna. Hammond staying alive, fouling it off again, out of play behind me. 90 miles an hour coming on that thing. I faced 90 miles an hour one time in a batting cage against a pitching machine. I fouled before it released the ball, and I nicked it. It's the only time I touched it at 90 miles an hour. That was a Legion ball. That's coming in. 90 miles an hour is fast. There's the 2-2 again. Hammond good at bat, staying alive. That one hits a second base. Over to first, and 1 down. As Baskin takes care of him. 0 for 5 tonight. 3 groundouts. JT Cafferty coming up. JT has a single, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Matson on the on-deck circle. Busters down the last 2 outs, trailed by 1. 6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Fremont. Hastings has 5 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. First pitch in there for a strike. Ryan Melvin, the pitcher of record right now for the Busters, as they got the 2 runs in the 6th inning off of him. Ozuna Jr.'s 0-1 offering, and maybe got away with one there. That didn't look too bad. Ball and a strike. JT Cafferty. Buster fans on YouTube, on Mixlr Radio, cheer on your Busters. Be nice to win a series, especially against the Moo. First, we got to tie it. 1-1. It's low. 2-1. Been a lot of 2-1 counts from Ozuna. Got to get somebody on for Matson. Center fielder playing a little deeper right now is Morphew. That's deep for him, and it's still kind of shallow. Chopper and out of play and back on the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes for JT Cafferty. Sodbusters trail by 1. They lost 4-1 on Tuesday night. Won 8-7 last night. Trail in this one 6-5 in the bottom of the ninth. Down to the last 2 outs. The pitch on the way. Back up the middle, and that's going to fall in for a hit. So when he scoots back, they hit it in front of him. When he scoots up, they hit it behind him in center field. Nice job hitting it right back up the middle. Just enough to get it out in the outfield for a hit. JT Cafferty is on, and Busters have the tying run aboard. Second hit of the night for JT. Trevor Matson comes up. They're going to courtesy run for JT Cafferty. Ian Riley. Cafferty's like, "Why are you taking me out?" He's like, "I can run." Wagner smiling at him. Ian's a little faster. So Riley jumping around at first. He's got the oven mitt on for sliding. Representing the winning run here at the plate, Trevor Matson. Ozuna's pitch. Swung on and missed, 84. Busters down by 1. The tying run stands on first base, and Ian Riley, the courtesy runner. Here's the 0-1, and they're 0-2 to Matson. Trevor Matson struck out last time he faced Ozuna, struck out looking, and he knew it in that last at bat. Just throwing fastballs right now. A steady diet here from Ozuna Jr. Riley leads off first. Doesn't go. That one hit into left field, and 2 hits in a row for the Busters. Nice way to be patient. He was clearly having problems with the fastball. He throws him something else, and he hits it into left field. So nice job by Matson. 2 hits in a row here for your Sodbusters. Make some noise. Carson Cahoy coming up to bat here. And another courtesy runner coming in for Matson. Hey, Matson leads the team in stolen bases. Shea Bennett making the long, slow trek out. Tyler Monroe will come in courtesy run. So now we have Monroe on first. And Riley stands on second. Ozuna going to get a little talk here from Shea Bennett. Take a look at the Expedition League scoreboard. Update that here. Last we saw, Sioux Falls was leading in the 7th. Still 10-7 they lead, and that one in the bottom of the 8th. Western Nebraska leading at home. They're here tomorrow for the next 3. They're leading 12-5 over Casper. Canyon County up 2-1 at home against Mining City Tommyknockers. That's the only games in the league tonight. So Carson Cahoy, chance to be a hero. Ian Riley Curtis pinch running on second. You have Tyler Monroe pinch running on first. 2 hits in a row. JT Cafferty, Trevor Matson. Put some little bit faster guys on the base pass. Here's Carson Cahoy. 2 hits for him, an RBI in the game. Grand Allen guy, chance to be a hero here in front of the Hastings crowd. With Ozuna still only 1 out. Busters trail by 1. Elwin misses for a ball, 78 miles an hour. Good eye there by Cahoy. He's had some trouble this season with the off-speed pitch, but he lays off of that one. Busters, they can get 2 runs in. They will win the game in the series against the Moo. Now they're just trying to tie it. 6-5, down by 1, 1 out. The 1-ball, no strike pitch coming up from Ozuna Jr. with 2 runners on. And that one misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Nate Miller. Duncan Field. Busters battled back in this one, trailing for a little while. Put up 1 here, 1 there. Still trailing by 1. And outside 3-0. Good job. This is a great at-bat for Carson Cahoy. One of the better at-bats I've seen him this season. He's had trouble with the off-speed pitches until as of late. 3-0. I guarantee he's going to take here. And Ozuna knows that. That one gets away from the catcher. Doesn't matter. It's ball 4 anyways. So a walk given up here by Ozuna. First walk given up by Ozuna. The wheel's starting to fall off here for Fremont. Busters have to capitalize on this and at least tie it. So Cameron McClure comes up. He has 3 hits in the game. Action in the bullpen, of course, for Fremont. Riley stands on third. He came in to run for Cafferty. Monroe runs for Matson at second. Cahoy stands on first. Manager Chandler Wagner talking things over with McClure. Surely they wouldn't do the suicide squeeze here. Riley is fast. I think if you had Jackson perhaps on third, you may do something like that. What does Chandler Wagner have up his short sleeves? He's not wearing long sleeves. It was 90 degrees today. Come on. Whew. Here we go. 1 out. Pitch from Ozuna Jr. Foul tipped and rolls away. The ball's 1 strike. 2 hits and a walk this inning. Bases loaded. Down by 1. Only 1 out here for the Busters. You have to get something here in the bottom of the 9th. Even if you tie it up, you got to get something. The opportunities are here. That's what we've been talking about all season long, getting that clutch hit. And that does do it. That is the clutch hit. This could be the winning hit, and it is. The runner's going to score. Busters win it. They win the series. Look at the guys go wild on the field. 4 hits in the game for Cameron McClure. The game-winning 2 RBIs. Ozuna takes the loss. Jake Bigham takes the win. Right past the third baseman and the shortstop, and he did it. I don't know what Chandler said to his guy, but it worked. Whatever it was, took the 0-1 pitch and hit it into left field. Busters take the series from Fremont, and now Fremont loses 2 at home here. We're going to recap some numbers and come right back. This broadcaster is very excited. Busters win it 7-6 is your final. We'll take a break.
Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Cameron McClure is the hero. 4 for 5. Those last 2 RBIs he got in the game. Huge. Took an 0-1 pitch, smacked it into left field past the third baseman, the shortstop, the left fielder. 2 runs able to come around. The pinch running paid off as Riley pinch ran, Monroe pinch ran. Huge, huge win here for the Busters. First series they win of the year. Take the last 2 from the Moo and enter the series with Western Nebraska with 2 wins under the belt. They haven't won 2 games in a row this season at all. Steve Stein joins me, and wow, what a dramatic inning. Steve, do you have any fingernails left?
And what an unlikely way to do it against one of the best pitchers in the Expedition League.
Definitely.
Marco Ozuna Jr. seemed to be rolling right along. You know, the late inning walk, sometimes that sets the stage, and you get a couple of singles, and by golly, the Sodbusters, great job of coaching. They end up pinch running a couple of their speedsters, and when all is said and done, the Sodbusters able to come up with a much-needed win. And really the last 2 days, I mean, again, they have 15 hits again today, and just had a great approach at the plate. Just would, you know, regardless of the score, they kept playing, and that was great to see. Each of the last 2 days, ahead or behind, they just kept battling.
Ozuna Jr., 2 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He takes the loss with a walk and 2 strikeouts and 14 batters faced. Jake Bigham would be your winning pitcher in the game, and Jake had 3 1/3 innings, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and 11 batters faced. And how about Cameron McClure? 4 hits in the game for him. What a game he had. Wow. It was an 0-1 pitch, bases loaded. I said, you got to do something. You got to get at least one run in. I do like the pinch running, like you said. Put in Riley's just a little faster than Cafferty. You know, and Trevor Matson, I'm going to joke around with him after the game because he leads the team in stolen bases. But, you know, Monroe is a little faster. And so both those guys came around to score on such an easy hit. I mean, he just made it look easy, did McClure. And the guys swarmed the field. They get 2 wins in a row. They sweep a series from Fremont. And the big breath of fresh air for them as Western Nebraska comes to town for the next 3. And this is a shot in the arm for these guys.
Oh, yeah, just a really neat win for these guys, for them to win it the way they did, because they battle back from 4-0 down early. They tie it at 4. They trail 6-4. Really, you're thinking, okay, well, they had their chance. But getting that run in the 8th inning also, you know, a 1-run game is so much different than a 2-run game. Just to get that run, well, number one, to show that you can against Ozuna in the 8th inning was huge. And so you just needed 1, and 1 up, 1 down. Sometimes you don't get that leadoff guy. That also can be a bummer, but didn't let that affect him, and finding a way to get it done. Still only had 1 out. So I mean, even if McClure couldn't get it done, they would have had a chance to win it anyway. But really nice win.
Look at the smile on this guy. Coach Chandler Wagner joins me here, and Coach, you can take that one, or you want to do this one? Either way, it doesn't matter. We can do this, Mike, if you want to grab that one there. Congratulations on the win, first of all. Taking a series, and not only that, but 2 wins in a row for the Busters against the Moo. That's huge.
Yeah, we really needed that, and hopefully we keep the momentum going, and takes us into the weekend. So.
All right, so you had hits there. And Ozuna, you were starting to tink his armor last thing a little bit. He got out of it. You got the 1 run from Jackson. First of all, talk about pinch hitting Jackson there for Rocha, and it really paid off with that double.
Yeah, I just like the matchup with the lefty a little bit better. That guy spun it really well, so I was kind of trying to take that pitch away from him, and Omar got a fastball and jumped on it, so it was big. It was a big at bat for us.
So with 1 out, Cafferty gets a hit. Matson gets a hit, who struck out against Ozuna. He looked overmatched the first time you faced him. Second time, the single. You pinch run for both those guys, Riley and Monroe, just a little faster, and it paid off as McClure. So when McClure came up the bat, you said something to him. What did you say?
Yeah, I was telling him to look for something up in the zone that he can drive to the outfield, and swung at a first pitch down, and then swung at another one down, but it snuck it through. So. He can't be upset about that. Yeah, I was just telling him to look for something up that he can drive to the outfield and get that winning or the tying run in.
0-1 pitch, drove it to that 5-5 hole in the left field. Both guys came around to score, and this swamped the field. And, boy, the guys didn't give up at all. And it was one of those things where, again, the back's against the wall. We saw it last night, and these guys battled back again. Jake Bigham kept him in this game for a while.
Yeah, he gave us 3 big zeros on the scoreboard, so that was huge for us. I mean, even Melvin, he got us 2 outs, and I mean, against a heavy left-handed lineup, like that's what we were looking for. So, obviously, he didn't have his best stuff. Leif didn't have his best stuff, and they both kept us in the game at least. And I guess that's all we can ask, especially from a starting guy. Like when he got hit around early, thought it was going to be an early day for him, but he grinded for us and got us through some big innings.
Lately, Dawson, McGuigan kind of been the the heroes of the game. Obviously, McClure tonight, not only with the winning hit and winning RBIs, but 4 hits for that guy. Didn't play last night and comes off the bench and starts and just has a phenomenal night.
Yeah, it looks like he's gaining some confidence as the summer goes on and as the bats keep getting better and better, so hopefully he keeps building on that.
Matt Rodriguez, a key double in this game, and boy, it's just a really good feeling. And how's the feeling down there in the clubhouse and in the dugout right now with these guys?
They seem into it. Obviously, like we talked about after the game, got some stuff we still need to clean up. 3 spot in the first, and I don't think that was all on Leif. We made some poor decisions, and that's the biggest thing we've been kind of talking to them is not just about the baseball skills developing this summer, but the baseball IQ, and we're still working on that, and hopefully we continue to get better.
Again, a few errors in this game. It shows 2 on the scoreboard, but it was actually 4 for the Busters. But you look at the walks, and 5 walks in the game. We've had games where we've had 8, and so I think those are a little decreased. Only 3 strikeouts for the pitchers tonight, so a lot of ground ball outs.
Yeah, and I mean, we were behind in the count a lot, so for them to battle back, and I mean, that 5 number could have been a lot worse. So I think when they fell behind in the count, they did a good job of making the bat move and taking their outs where they were given to them. So
you look at the 8th inning, and Jake Bigham was keeping an eye on pinch runner over there, Push, and Push was just kind of getting his timing. He figured he was going to run. Everybody knew he was going to run. He's fast. Threw over, got him out, and he was caught leaning the wrong way. That was a huge out because that could have cost Fremont the game.
Yeah, definitely. He was definitely running there, so that was huge. McGuigan is really smart behind the plate, and he called a couple picks himself, and yeah, his baseball IQ is through the roof. So I think that's one thing that's really important for us, especially as a catcher. he also saved us on that bunt down the third baseline where he pump faked and backdoored him at third. So he's been awesome for us. Even the days where he's not swinging at his best, like his baseball IQ brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, good leadership skills out there for him with the other catchers and some of the other guys and the pitching staff. As we talked to Luke, he does a good job back there, does McGuigan. So Western Nebraska comes in. You got a friend that coaches over there. You know those guys pretty well, and it's happy to see another Nebraska team here besides the purple and orange.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a good weekend. Their head coach, Antonio Garcia, me and him are good friends. He coaches at KU with me, so their assistant coach coaches at KU as well, so it'll be a good time.
But we ended up getting Trevor Matson from him, so that worked out okay for us.
Yeah, I did.
All right, there we go. Coach Chandler Wagner after the W. Thanks, Coach, for coming up.
Thank you.
Busters win it again, 7-6 here on the postgame show. Steve, any final thoughts from you? Just it's just a big win because you sweep the series. First series win, not sweep, but it's a series win anyways against Fremont, and you get 2 wins in a row.
Oh yeah, it's a lot to build on, and when people were kind of looking at the record, you realize there's 65 games. You're going to have your ebbs and your flows, and this could be the beginning of something big. I mean, you're going to have to play Fremont for a couple of days. Western Nebraska, there's another team ahead of you in the standings. The way they're approaching things at the plate, you don't have to get the perfect game on the mound. There was a few games there where it's like, oh my gosh, the other team's up by 3 runs. It's almost insurmountable, but now you're feeling like this team can score 6 or 7 runs a game, back-to-back 15-hit games, and so a lot of things to build on now. Just flush this one and come back tomorrow and try to get it done against Western Nebraska.
Yeah, and the back has been against the wall a couple times, and they've come back, and so that's we're seeing a different way this team is playing than the first few games of the season where they were behind and they just trailed behind, or the bullpen coughed it up, and this time bullpen got them back in the game, kept them in the game, and let the bats come around. So like the way this team is feeling. 2 wins in a row, 2 wins against Fremont, Western Nebraska coming down for the next 3 nights. For Nate Miller to my right, for Coach Wagner, and for Steve Stein, this is Josh Salmon. We'll catch you back here tomorrow. Pre-game 6 o'clock. Again, Busters win it in dramatic fashion, 7-6 on the walk-off single by Cameron McClure. Everybody have yourselves a